What's up?
We have Rob from Pluto.
I can't see any comments, so it doesn't matter.
Rob, tell the viewers where you are.
I'm in the witness protection program, and I'm being brought to the safe house.
That's good.
Rob is with Jim Record Collector News, and you guys went to a ton of record shows, right? Or record shops.
So what we did yesterday is we drove 5 hours up to Sacramento, and we were able to hit about 5 stores yesterday, and then we had dinner with Patrick PB Thou.
Okay.
And then we woke up and we went to 3 more in Fresno, and then we drove down to
Sacramento.
Sacramento, and then we drove down to Fresno and just hit 1, but it was really good. I picked up just now some good stuff, but the whole trip I picked up good stuff. So
good.
For those who don't know, Jim is the editor and publisher of Record Collector News, which you'll find in your local record shops. Is there a website, Jim, people can go to if they want to subscribe or anything?
Yes, recordcollectornews.com.
Cool. All right, so go check that out.
And folks, if you go there, you'll see stories from 20 years ago.
You won't anymore?
No. I had to shut the whole website down, except for, one page of announcements. It's a very sad story. I got sued by an internet troll. Yeah.
It's a sad story with no ending. If you're in a car with Jim, you'll hear it about 7 times.
Oh, shit.
Want to hear it again?
There's 6 stories that are on. It's like they're on. If you're old enough to remember what it was like to travel on a plane in the 70s, they had audio programming that just would repeat itself.
Hey, Mike.
Hey, what's up?
Can I show some records that I picked up?
Yeah, this ought to be interesting.
Or no?
Yeah.
Okay, so this will be interesting because I picked up 2 OG Blue Notes that I had them play in the store, and they played really nicely. If you look at them, a lot of surface marks. So I got an OG mono Midnight Blue.
Oh, wow.
This is an original pressing. So it's very beautiful.
Now, what
the labels?
What's the address on the label for that?
It's not Lexington, it's New York.
Yeah. No, it wouldn't be Lexington.
Here.
I'm gonna throw up after about 30 seconds.
Can you see that?
No, it's saturated.
Yeah.
So it's New York. Maybe I can lift it up and know.
All right. Is it Deep Groove?
Yep.
Cool.
I mean, he played it in the store. It sounded really nice.
It's awesome. It's a great record.
If you look at it in the sun, I mean, there's a lot of marks, but they all seem to be surface. So, in addition, I picked up a OG. It's not moaning, but it's not even moaning, right? It doesn't even have the title on it.
Right.
It's a mono moaning.
4003?
Yes.
Beautiful. First mono pressing?
Yes.
Very nice.
It has a very tiny lip warp.
Yep.
And they listed it on there as a warp, and I had them play it. It didn't look bad, so I got that together with, actually I went in there and found one album I've been looking for that Bob Bradley, I remember, picked up and pointed out. Let's see. Is this. So I don't know anyone watches Bob Bradley and knows this Batman album, right?
Yes.
This is the one with Sun Ra on it, or members of his orchestra too.
Is John Gilmore on that too?
Who?
John Gilmore on tenor?
I don't know. I don't think there's any horn section on this. Okay. But I haven't listened to it, so I just looked up the information. So it was funny that this was in a bin unmarked. So I got all 3 records for $100. I thought that was a good deal.
That's a good deal.
All right. Before Lastman gives me shit, I just saw a silhouette of a old Jewish man. And I go, that's Lastman.
Hold on.
Oy vey.
Did Jim pick up any records?
Yeah, he picked up like Zappa stuff. I still have a lot more, man.
All right.
I
Anyway,
got
to do
a
with the
nice
road.
mono, Van Gelder mono of this.
Oh yeah.
Oh, you have one of those for me. All right.
Yeah, I have one for you, and this might replace the one I have, which I think is minty anyway. So, this one I had never seen before. This Kenny Kenny Barron on Crisscross.
Oh, I have 6 OGs of that.
Louis, you don't even have an OG pair of underwear.
Yeah, I have that one.
Sick
That's the
bird.
second one.
That was good.
This one store in Fresno had a lot of good stuff. I wish I bought more. Like I picked this up to put in the auction.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Greatness.
Yeah.
Greatness.
This is a record that never really came out. This is a record on this this drummer John Lewis, his own label. This was Sonny Stitt, and the prices on this on Discogs are cheap, just really because no copies are really, you can never find them.
Is there another horn on that, or is there more percussion on that?
This is no, it's like I've heard it. Ronnie Boykins is on here.
Oh, the bass
That's what's
player.
cool.
Cool.
That's what makes it cool. Ronnie Boykins is from Sumrock.
Did you find any awesome Al Hurt records?
Oh, I didn't know he was fun, right?
Yeah, actually, I had an Al Hurt record speak to me and said, "Please send me to Chris, Jazz Drum Chris."
Don't send it to me. Send that shit to Louis. He needs it.
I found a white label promo of this.
Oh, that's a good record.
Mhm.
All of those Ricky Ford muses are good.
Yeah, that's true.
There's not
John Hicks is on there.
blood in there. Although I will say the covers could use a little work.
But the record's in beautiful condition. Oh, I found this. I found the first Chico Freeman record on Indian Navigation, which I think is his first record. But it's the 1984 reissue of it.
Who?
It's somewhere around here. I don't know.
Who? What
There's
artist?
too many fun.
Freeman.
Chico Freeman.
Chico Freeman's first record. I don't know what that would be.
This one I picked up for Mike. This is because I saw it and I knew he liked Jessica Williams.
Yeah. I've got about.
This is sealed.
Yeah.
So, not that. Let's see what else. Oh, this one is interesting. This is the first Hilton Ruiz.
Oh yeah.
As a leader. This is a steeplechase, but it's on Inner City.
Nice.
Yeah. Buster Williams and Billy Higgins. Huh?
He played with Chico Freeman on that contemporary record.
And he's on the George Coleman one. The what is it? Amsterdam After Dark or something?
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Yep.
I picked this up to this.
Oh,
Remember
that's
we
great.
sold this record out at
Mhm.
one time?
Yeah. Joanne Brackeen. Who else is on that? Rufus.
Yeah.
Green.
So
It's great.
I'm gonna put this up in auction.
Put that in my pile, Rob. Put that one in my pile. I don't have that.
No, put it in my pile, Rob.
No, you're probably good.
Put it in my pile, Rob.
I can hardly hear you fools. And here's another Kenny Barron record.
Yeah,
That
both of you.
does anyone know this Kenny Barron record, John?
I do because it's on Uptown Records. It looks like is that Uptown Records?
Yeah, with Rufus Reed.
Yeah. Mhm.
It only came out on Uptown.
Yeah. Those the guy that ran the label or created the label is a doctor. He put out some really good stuff. There's an excellent live at the Vanguard, Tommy Flanagan, that's on there.
Actually,
Tommy
I see on
Flanagan.
the back the producers are Robert
Ronald
Sutcliffe, MD.
Stucklick. Yeah.
MD and
Yeah.
Mark Friedman, MD. It's like two doctors had too much money, so
It
they.
was a tax shelter.
Meanwhile,
Yeah.
you guys are getting pulled over right now.
Yeah,
And if they're
sounds-
chasing Rob for record
No,
theft.
yeah.
Mike,
No,
that's coming from you, right?
no, we've seen
That's
a lot of
New
human trafficking. Look,
That tractor trailer's full of people.
yeah, that tractor trailer's full of people right there.
Oh,
Those must be the illegals that Rachel's
Look,
talking
look,
Oh,
I'm going to tell you something. You know, if you think driving across Texas sucks, this is California. This sucks, man. This is all Central California farming communities. It's like it makes Texas.
All right, let me stop you right there.
That's
It,
not
it
true.
is worse here.
Yeah, it's way worse here.
I don't
It's not
know.
weed there.
I mean,
I've driven across California several times, and I've driven across Texas, and Texas is fucking worse.
we saw all you see is almond trees everywhere. Almond
think
trees.
Well, I
Almond
think
trees.
when I was driving California, like in those areas, there were like oil, like
Yeah, Derek's everywhere.
I mean, there's a few oil, but we're here in Central California. This is all the farming communities and stuff.
I've driven from east to west Texas through like Amarillo, and through Arizona to through New Mexico, through Arizona to.
You're
Hey,
thinking Route 66 or something?
Yeah,
well,
Route
well, we
66
moved
through
from-
New Mexico is the worst.
I moved from Miami to Las Vegas, so that was.
Okay, yeah, Mike, can you put your resume together and just email it to me? It'd be easier to deal with it.
I'm just saying. I've driven through that, and New Mexico was stunning. And then I got to Nevada.
How is
Did
New
they-
Mexico stunning?
How is it?
I've driven through it. It's just desert. It's like Fear and
Yeah, but
Loathing in Las
there's
Vegas.
also- Well, there's desert vegetation. There's beautiful like colors within the desert. When you get to Nevada, you want to compare that part of the desert to New Mexico. There's a significant change in just levels of brown and nothingness.
I must have
Is
been a
this a
completely different
geography
person.
bee? Are we having a
I'm telling you,
geography
it's
bee
beautiful
right
out
now?
there.
Can we look at the New Mexico Wikipedia page and find out some more about the
No. We are
I'll
prepared.
take that. I'll take that
It's-
over the snow we
it's
had in Toronto.
high
the other day.
savanna?
Sahara.
All right,
Dude, I'm gonna throw up from watching Wax move the friggin' camera around.
All right, yeah, Rob. Why don't you join a little later?
He showed that earlier today too.
Oh, God.
Well, all right, I'll see you guys later. I'm getting a lot of love right now.
Oh,
love you.
Bye.
Oh,
Bye.
Rob.
Oh,
Or Rob.
Can't even leave.
Oh, hey, Mike, Notes and Tones, you got this?
What is, I can't see. Make Louis big. I don't know.
It's Mary Halverson.
No, I don't have that one.
It's her solo. It's really weird.
Is it? Is it good?
It's good. I like it better than John Scofield's solo thing he did with his looper.
Oh, I love that John Scofield.
I like it too, but I like this better.
Oh, okay. I'll check it out.
Stream it, yeah.
I like
Found
our
that.
latest one. I think that's really good.
I only have two other things to show
Yeah.
other than what we're talking about. I got this with Chris the other day.
Yeah.
Sounds great. It's awesome. Everybody's got to have Caravan, right?
I don't have it yet. I'm going to get it, though.
OJC of Art Blanking and Caravan.
Yeah.
And then I listened to this. At first, I was like, oh, Jesus, what I get into? Because it was like Love Boat a little bit.
Mhm.
But
Mhm.
it takes a turn pretty quick and it's awesome. And this is the best. This is the best cover ever. It's such a cool cover. So,
Glassman's judging you.
who is?
No, that's a good. I like Randy Weston. I like that album. It's a good album. It does start off a little cheesy, but it gets good.
Yeah, you know what I mean by like when I say Love Boat, like, it starts to get.
Yeah.
But it-
Love boat.
It ends up good. I like it. But I haven't been listening to jazz as much this week.
Damn it, Louis.
Well, there is other music, you know.
Mhm.
Some of it even has words and shit. It's crazy.
It's overrated, the words.
But then I did
Unless
listen
it's your
to-
music, then I appreciate it. How about that?
Huh?
I said, unless it's your music, then I appreciate it.
Mhm.
That's what I'd say too.
I have a record I want to show you guys.
Oh, we want to see
So
it.
when I was younger, I was getting into jazz, like 11 or 12. I used to go to the public library near my house on my bike, And the librarian there was really into jazz. So they had like back in the day, they used to have like listening stations. We had these cubicles with like Techniques turntables, and you could just, they had piles of records you could just go listen to all day. You could sign the records out, whatever. So this librarian liked the fact that I was a kid who liked jazz, so he'd always bring good stuff into the library. And this one, I haven't listened to it in ages, and I pulled it out this week, and I can't stop listening to it. I didn't post it on Discord yet, but it's a really good Chick Corea album. It's from the 80s, and I never see it in the VC. I never see it posted anywhere. It's called Three Quartets.
Oh yeah, I've seen that. That's awesome.
It's such a good album. Like Eddie Gomez on bass, Steve Gadd on drums, Michael Brecker. The first song, people should stream it. Like, you're going to want to buy it. After you hear the first tune on it, it's really good. Steve Gadd and Eddie Gomez and Chick Corea lay down this really funky beat, and then Michael Brecker goes ape shit. It's really good.
Very cool.
And I've also been listening to this week a lot. I've been listening to Sonny Schrock.
Yeah, that's so good.
And Eddie, I pulled, this is like one of my favorite Blue Notes. I pulled that out this week too. It's good stuff.
Yeah, it's the VMP, right?
Yeah, so I had the original for years, and the VMP came out. Now, I have had I know I badmouth VMP on here all the time. I've had bad experience with VMP. The only two I have that actually were great were these two. Other than that, they've been so warped and noisy and everything else. So my local store had the Eddie Gale VMP. Someone must have traded in or something, and the guy didn't know what he had. And he had it for $20.
Oh shit!
So I thought, I'm gonna grab it for $20. I know I can resell it after anyways. So I thought I'll take it and compare it to my original and see if it's much better. And I'm not really a 45 RPM fan, but I find this one it kills the original. And my original was in good shape. So I figured I could sell my original for $500 and keep the VMP and be happy. It's fine. So I'm actually enjoying this one. It's really good.
Yeah, they need to repress that.
When VMP is good,
sure.
it's really good. When it's bad, it sucks.
I don't know. I have like 40 of them. They're all good.
I canceled mine after about a year, I guess. They just didn't have stuff I really wanted, you know.
That's fair.
Mark, what's I don't know that Eddie Gale record. I'm looking up
Gale
now,
music?
but yeah, what's the like style of it?
It's stream it. It's very it's on the skirts of going outside, but it's got vocals and it's more not your traditional. There's no swinging on it. It's like it's outside, and it's more like that mid to late '60s Blue Note, which I love.
Oh,
It's hard to explain. I'd stream it and check it out.
He was part of the Sun Ra Orchestra.
Yeah.
Interesting.
It's not your typical Blue Note. When you listen to it, you would never, if someone just played this for you, you'd never think it was on Blue Note Records.
Interesting. Very cool.
At least that's what I think. I mean,
yeah, no, thanks for putting it on my radar. Very cool.
Good stuff. But I've been listening to those three a lot this week. When I get into a record, I can't just switch. I listen to it a lot, which is great because then I get to, I hear more things that I didn't hear before out of it, and I kind of absorb more of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very nice. What are you looking at, Mike, on the internet?
Nothing, just the Eddie Gale Wikipedia page.
Wiki.
That Louis wants me to
Why
show.
would you have to ask that question?
We love Wikipedia, Louis.
Hold on, let me show you this.
See, he's always looking for an in.
Hold on, check this out.
I was fixing the show.
Ready? So when we do Wikipedia, why isn't it? Oh, I have to share my screen. Hold on 1 second.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Hold on.
Yeah, share screen. This practice run for
Go through this every time.
later.
All right, so we add the stage, but we give a little space at the top, which I always yell at people to don't do. But then we brand it.
Oh,
Yeah.
Putting in the work. Love it. Love it.
So there we go.
I like it, but I like the Duke Pearson groaning better.
Yeah.
That's fair. And then I remove the other piece. Where is that Duke? There we go. Damn it, Chris.
Well, I'm trying to click it for you. You said, where is it? I was going to click it.
Never gets old.
Yeah, it never gets old. It took like 15 minutes to make
At
that
least that
video.
joke is like, 3 seconds long and it's not like 106.
Yeah.
All
All right, Loki bought the Jackie McLean album today, Chris. Will you hold me when I play it?
Absolutely, Loki. Stroke your fur. Which
Jose's
one did you
asking,
buy, Loki?
Does anyone have Pharaoh's message from home?
No.
I'm willing to buy or trade. Message from home. What's that on?
Mm-mm.
I don't know.
Chris, you want to get
I think
tattooed
that's his
this
last
weekend?
Impulse album, isn't it? The blue cover.
Tattoos this weekend?
Yeah, dude.
I don't know. You might be able to talk me into it in May when we go to the record show.
It's Verve. I guess that would be Impulse, right? Or no?
I don't know. Scroll down. Tell us.
No, Verve Records.
Verb.
Oh, it's real. Okay.
Let's see who's on it. Big group, bunch of folks.
Charnet
Anyway.
Muffet. That's cool.
If anybody's interested in this, reach out to Jose.
Well, I think he wants a copy, or does he already have one?
No, I think he wants to trade it.
It's a 1996 album. Okay.
Mhm.
Jose, you could probably find a copy if you come to the record show with me and Louie.
He probably is coming.
Yeah.
But because he's not being definite about it, I'm giving him the ultimate amount of shit.
It's a little
Mhm.
off-putting. Yes.
Pisses me off. Just tell us
Jose,
you're
I don't
coming.
think it was never released on vinyl.
Oh, he's looking for it.
It's only on CD.
Okay. Well, he's gonna be looking for a while then.
Keep looking.
Yeah, not that I could see on Discogs. It's only showing it's a CD.
Yeah. Meanwhile,
Oh, no,
Jose's
sorry,
got
there's
the
a-
mother
sorry.
of all like obscure collections. I'm sure he's gonna find it if anybody.
No, there's
France.
sorry, there is an LP pressing from France from '96. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
He's probably in France right now.
Probably.
Who, me? Who?
Jose.
Oh,
I have a record show.
You're close to France, Lastman.
Toronto? Not that close.
You're close to Canadian France, right?
Yes. Well, I wouldn't.
Ooh, they can get in trouble for that, buddy.
Oh, well.
Can you?
Wouldn't call.
Oh, yeah.
Quebec the same as France. If you've been to it, you'd know.
I haven't been.
Well, I've been to both, and
They
trust me,
don't-
they're not the same.
They don't. The Quebecians don't appreciate the comparison. I don't know anything about it.
Neither.
So this record I picked up. I was talking to Mike about the debut label. This is Mingus's label that started, I think, in 1953, and then went defunct or it got sold in 57. And I think the story is like Mingus gave the label to his wife that I think she ended up licensing out later. So I think Fantasy was able to license it, or it got folded into the Fantasy label. I think it got reissued elsewhere too. So I picked up the Fantasy version of the debut of a few debut titles. This one came in and I gave it a listen. It blew me away. This is the Fabulous Thad Jones. And this is a compilation of two 10-inch records that came out on debut in the early 50s. This was, I forget exactly where it was recorded, but Mingus plays bass on this. And I love Thad Jones's style. I have some of his Blue Note stuff, and I have I have a twofer with Mel Lewis. This is it's not that it's out there. It's not, but you can tell Mingus's influence on this. And it kind of made me realize how different Mingus was back in the early 50s when other labels were being a little more I don't know, like in the pocket, kind of more commercial. Not that this isn't commercial, this isn't crazy, but there's just enough to kind of understand why Mingus wanted to do his own thing on his own label. And because of that, I started streaming some of the other stuff. So there's a Miles Davis one. There's at least one Mingus one. And then there's some other ones. There's a Kenny Dorham. There's Paul Bley. He put, like 20 records out. And anyway, the ones that feature Mingus are really awesome. So I ordered a few more of these, and this is a reissue with a different cover and a different title, but it's the same thing from 62. So Fantasy reissued these in 62. OJC also reissued them in 82. So you can go with those. But I thought it would kind of be, I don't know, for whatever reason, I wanted to just get these early Fantasy ones. I do know that some of those debuts actually were pressed on styrene, so they don't really sound that good, even if you have the OGs. And all these are on red vinyl for mono, and then there is a stereo. There are stereo copies on blue vinyl, but there's no way these were recorded stereo, so I would avoid those. But anyway, I got this, and it sounds great. I mean, I was really this blew me away. I love Thad Jones as it is, and this is one like this one is like maybe the top one that I've ever heard. It's really good. It's got Mingus, Kenny Clark, Max Roach. So Max Roach was like a co-founder of Debut. So anyway, so I got this. It's in really nice shape, and it's awesome. Highly recommend looking at the Debut stuff. I didn't dig all of it, but like it's all good. And then there are like 3, 4, 5 titles that I like. I'm looking for. Like I ordered a bunch of them because they're awesome. And for whatever reason, I never really got into Debut. I always kind of just ignored it. But for whatever reason, like a week ago, I just started kind of diving into it. But yeah. So anyway, have you guys heard this or any of the Debut?
Not that one, no.
No, I'm not.
I wish I printed out the original cover. The original cover it's red. It's like completely red, and then it's him standing there in the center. I think like looking down.
Yeah, Rob's got 3 OGs of it.
Probably.
Speaking of Mingus, any Canadians out there, Amazon.ca has the Mingus 70s Changes box set for 50% off now. It's like $113 Canadian.
Wow.
Which is cheap.
That's like $70, right?
Yep, roughly 80
Wow.
bucks. And
That's
so
great.
like less than $15 a record.
That's sweet.
Canadian.
Which box is that? The Atlantic one?
Yeah, the Changes the 70s stuff, which is great. That's my favorite era of Mingus.
Mhm.
Some great players. Ricky Ford's on there. There's like Eddie Gomez, Larry Coryell. It's all over the place with excellent musicians.
Where did Felipe go?
He's mysterious, man.
Oh, there he is. Why is he not showing up? Do you guys see him?
Mm-mm.
Oh,
He's-
yeah.
he's
I guess he
nimble.
froze. It looks like he froze.
Like
Yeah.
the wind. He comes and goes.
Whew.
So anyway, I'm pretty excited about that, and I feel like it
The
makes
shipping will
me-
cost $100 from here, Roberto.
I feel like this,
Buy it yourself, Roberto, on Amazon.ca.
I feel like hearing Mingus's influence this early on has given me a total different understanding of him. And what I want to do, I want to kind of go through his catalog again. And I have like some of his Atlantic stuff, and I have some of his Bethlehem stuff. So I think I'm going to do that next, and then I think I'm going to build from there. But I don't know. Honestly, I was really blown away by that stuff on Debut. Because I guess what I was telling Mike is, if you listen to like 1954 Prestige or Blue Note, and then listen to this sounds like years ahead, in my opinion. It's really, and it's got to be Mingus's influence, and probably Max Roach too.
That makes
So,
sense.
Anyway,
Well, that's cool. I'm going to
yeah.
stream that one.
yeah, it's cool.
Mushrooms. I want to be on mushrooms.
Louis, have you explored Mingus at all yet?
Yeah, the first record I have of his is the Candid.
With the blue cover?
Yeah, not incantations, but something.
Oh, the one that came out for RSD. It's badass.
Yeah, it's really, really good.
Mhm.
I think
I think that wasn't really issued before, right?
I'm not sure, but it's really, really good.
Let me look it up.
Nice, Roberto. Cool. That's really hard to do. Mingus,
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah.
That's not a rabbit hole I want to go down. I mean, it's hard enough with like Mingus. Like I love Mingus live. I love the live recordings, and that's difficult enough in itself. You know, just trying to keep track of all the live ones, the ones that are bootlegs, and the ones that are legitimate recordings. It's just really hard.
Yeah, I hear you guys talk about, like, different people talk about how their approach to collecting jazz and stuff. And, you know, as someone who's generally new to record collecting at all, like, I had like put my foot in the sand and be like, I'm just going to get an easy copy of every Blue Note and then listen to the shit out of all of them as they come in so that I can educate myself and actually have a fully formed opinion about a lot of this stuff. Cause there's a lot of time I need to spend, you know, understanding, like, I can't really be part of the conversation on a deeper level until I really do that, you know. And Blue Note's an easy one with the classics and the tone poets and that shit. So
Yeah. But there's so much excitement when you first listen to everything too. So
yeah. But see, I wouldn't be doing this if I didn't, like, if I blind buy something that like Chris or somebody says is good, or like I see something that Wax is freaking out about, I don't think I've ever been let down where I'm like,
Oh.
I don't find something really cool about it. Now that might be because I haven't found my identity yet or whatever. But I don't really give a shit because I'm having fun. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm always so jealous when I see someone like listening to Coltrane and Love Supreme for the first time. And I remember when I listened to it for the first time, like 40 years ago, and I'm like, I remember that feeling it gave me, and I'm like jealous. I wish I can get that again. I mean, I still love it, and I listen to it all the time, but it's not the same as that first time it blows your head off.
Well, if you get a lobotomy lesson, you could hear it for the first time again.
Yeah, exactly.
Just spend a lot of time on Facebook, and I think it has the same effect.
Yes.
I don't go on Facebook.
Mm-mm-mm.
Like just on YouTube, on the jazz stuff. That's all I do. I don't do any social media.
Smart.
Yeah.
That's wisdom.
Where's wisdom?
That's mainline wisdom right there.
It's the visualization thing on the shelf behind you, Louis. Someone's asking.
Mhm.
Oh, that is like I don't know, it's like 8x8 or 10x10 pixels. And so like there's this little app that you can get, and like so people around the world make pixel art, and you can like there's a specific number of frames and whatever and colors and shit. And you can make your little things and upload them, and then so that thing just pulls a Bluetooth feed of all kinds of random shit that people make around the world and displays it. And I've turned it on once and it's never been turned off.
That's cool. I want one of those now.
They make a bigger one. It's a little bit more expensive. I think the price just dropped on it. It's like 100 by 100. It's cooler, but it's harder. You have to hang it like a picture on the wall or some shit.
Yeah.
Like it's just USB plugged into it like a power source that's hidden that you can't see. It just sits there and does whatever it does.
That's sweet.
Yeah, it's cool because it keeps doing new fun stuff. I like stupid shit like that.
How dare you, Loki? But then they turn out great. That's right.
You play great stuff, Chris, on your streams.
Well, thank you.
What's everybody's out of 10 on this Power to the People?
Well, we got to wait for Felipe to show up to really do the record of the week talk. But
Yeah. Okay.
out of 10, I'm give it an 8.
Well, what's a 10 to you?
I don't know.
Beth Thad Jones.
Like Night in Tunisia would be a 10 for me.
The Blue Note not in Tunisia?
That is really good. I listened to that like last week, and
It's pretty good.
it is pretty darn good.
Yeah.
And then like, so like something in this sort of the same line, I guess. Like I wouldn't compare it to like my 10 out of 10 free jazz records or whatever, but I listened to it like 4 times and I think that I just wanted to like it more.
Elements is a 10. I'd agree with that, Rev.
I don't
I
think
agree with Rev on that one. Elements and multiples are my 2 10s out from Henderson.
Yeah, Elements is a 10 for me too. That's good. That's a good pick.
I just listened to this an hour ago or so to
We got Felipe.
tie a bow on it.
What's up, Felipe? You back? Maybe. Ooh, the Twitch streams are really the hidden gem of the Jazz Bones universe. That's right.
Yeah. Also, if people did listen to Power to the People and you want to leave your thoughts in the comments,
You should do we should invent a poll.
okay.
Like
No.
what would be polls are fun, right? I think they are. But like what would be a good poll question pertaining to it?
That's not what Michael was going to say. He was going to talk about the Discord.
Huh?
Were you going to talk about the Discord?
Me?
Yeah. Join the Discord, everyone. Join the Discord. Damn you all.
You can talk about it.
Oh, go ahead. Make a poll. What is the poll, Louis? Did you like the record of the week or not?
Oh no, I was asking what the question should be like rather than just, I love that shit because it's just like you get to see what people are thinking and stuff, but I can't.
True.
I didn't have a fully formed thought when I said that, which is
Yeah, but it's tough. Like, I feel like the thing is I also can appreciate something that it may not be my favorite style, but obviously it's an incredibly executed record, and it's
there's plenty to talk about. It's not like
like I wouldn't say like it's hard to say like yeah, like a binary choice, like yes or no. 'Cause
Yeah.
I feel like it's a little more than that too. Like the power to the people. For me, there was electric bass and Fender Rhodes on it. In my
I get a poll question could be because there's only,
I liked it, but it wasn't like my favorite Joe Henderson. And
we could find out what people's favorite track was because that'd be interesting. Because I think side 2 is better than side 1.
okay,
And
Well,
there's
hang on, are we gonna talk about the record of the week now? Because we have to make a video out of this. So
Felipe, well, hold on. Let's give Felipe the floor. Felipe,
Yeah.
welcome to the stream.
Thank you.
What's up?
Hey guys, sorry, I got to take off for a few minutes. Let me try to come back later. Okay.
okay.
All right.
All right, cool, man.
Mark. All right. So what's up?
Well, Felipe, do you want to ease into this before we do the power to the people, or should we do? Because I know I asked you to bring some records to show that I'm super interested in, but
Okay.
what order do you want to do?
Let's do it now. Just get it out of the way.
All
Power
right.
to the people or your
No,
record?
whatever. Yeah.
No, yeah, let's do your record. Sorry, that's what I thought I were saying the other.
Yeah. It's quite. I only have like 6. My 7th would be a second press, so it doesn't match. So Mike asked me to bring some Lexingtons,
Woo!
which I'm kind of embarrassed because I don't have that many.
Why would you be embarrassed? We have none.
Rob has all of them.
I only have a yeah. So
Rob has 2 of each.
Okay, hold on. So since I asked you, let me ask you, can you, for people who are unfamiliar with Blue Note records and stuff, can you talk about the Lexington label as you show these, like what what
Yes.
era they are, and
Yeah, so 167 Lexington Avenue was their first address, right? So 5000 series, and then when 1500 series started on the label, they always had their address, which subsequently go to 4763rd, it goes to New York and whatever. So Lexington was the very first one, and then it was in the 5000 series, and then it goes after to the 1500 series, but only until 1538. And then after 1538, it goes to 47 West 63rd, right?
and when Felipe says 5000 series, what do you mean? What is
The
5?
10 inches, yeah, the 10 inches.
Okay.
Yeah. And basically, the very first run of 1500s, they were pretty much like mashups, collections of the 10 inches. They were put in 2 sides because they're experimenting and learning with the format, right? The 12 inch was something relatively new in the mid 50s. So that's my earliest 1500 original, of course. That's 1512.
Oh, cool.
That's Jimmy Smith at the organ. This is a really cool record. I bought a Jazz Record Center when I was there in New York. Yeah, Jimmy Smith, Thornell Schwartz on guitar, Bay Perry, Donald Bailey drums. This is a really cool trio. So there's a bunch of Jimmy Smith, Bud Powell, and of course the very first 2 on 1500 series are Miles, 1501 and 1502. They skipped a few, if I'm not mistaken, but I cannot remember which numbers and which ones those were. This is another early one. This is going to come on the classic series pretty soon, but that's 1515.
Very nice.
And 1516 is volume 2, of course. My volume 2 is a Japanese pressing. And just so you guys can hear, see the address. That's a Lexington.
And what's cool is like the Lexington is written in kind of a cursive.
The cursive, yes.
When we switch to the next address, I think it's more of a regular
block. Yeah, I'm looking at it right
Yeah. Another one, 1518. This is the Jazz Messengers, a kick-ass record. Everybody should have this one. Right. It's also a discussion that we frequently have, right? Who is the, I think, I wouldn't say underrated. I think there's a distinction to be made between underrated and underappreciated. I think Horace Silver by no means is underrated, which I think this word is very badly used. I think it's underappreciated in terms of his historical importance. He's probably, one of the guys that made the transition from bebop to hard bop. I think he was way more important and influential than people give it credit for, at least nowadays.
Is Blakey drumming on that?
Yes, he's playing here. So in the beginning, it was pretty much Horace Silver and the Master. It was not like an Art Blakey thing. Art Blakey, kind of exploded later and is so well known, right, as the messengers. But I think Horace Silver was the really foundation, the stepping stone there. And I think we should go deeper into him. And there's another Lexington here.
Did they have to duel or something for who got to lead the messengers?
Well, from what I
Um,
understood,
no,
was it a drug thing? Like Horace Silver wasn't so into the drug scene, and he kind of broke off from Blakey.
yes, not only that, but I think artistically he wanted to do other things. He had the quartets, trios, quintets. He did so much different stuff there, and you can see even like throughout the 60s, his discography changed quite a lot. He traveled. He had the Tokyo, the Cape Verdean. He had the Brazilian influence record, which is Song for My Father. In the 70s, he goes wild. There's some stuff that is not the greatest, but he was trying. So I think he was always in this artistic pursuit. He was always like in movement there. So, and Art Blakey was, I think, is in a different vibe. In my perspective, but I gotta read more about that. This is 1526. There are many variations of this first press. This one is the one with the white strip. This guy here.
Oh, nice. Very
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah. 167 Lexington Avenue, deep groove, everything.
Is that material from his 10-inch records, or is it just a hodgepodge of stuff?
I think there's a little bit of everything here.
Because he played he's on that J.J. Johnson record,
Yes.
Volume 2. Like he's on that. He had his own 10 inches.
Yeah.
He recorded,
Mm-hmm.
a few different things there.
So
Yeah.
there
So
are
here,
only
so here you have stuff like Hymn to the Orient, Easy Living, Minor Mood, Cherokee. I think that's. Let me see the lineup here. Yeah, different sessions. You can see side 2, side 1, different lineups and sessions here. August and June in 53. They're the different sessions, side 1 and side 2.
So there are only 42 releases in that series, right?
Uh,
1501 to 1543.
No.
you mean a Lexington?
I mean the 1200 series.
Oh, the 1200 series. Okay, yeah.
The 1200? What do you mean?
Well, the 1200 series catalog numbers are 1501 to 1543, right?
What do you mean 1200 series?
That's what they're called.
No.
Like on the label, does it say BLP? Well, the catalog numbers is what I'm confused by.
No, it's 15. 1500 is 15. Yes.
Yeah,
BLP,
78 of them.
1500 is after the catalog. 15 whatever.
Yeah.
There's 100. I guess there's two.
I know, but for that, can I see the label of the Clifford Brown one you just held up?
Yeah.
See how it's okay. 1526. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So what year was that?
I think 56 probably.
Yeah,
Okay,
probably.
But the
Yeah.
sessions were definitely earlier.
right.
Early, yes, 53. The sessions are 53.
But
So
time
here's
is
another-
really good.
So
But-
here's another great one. It's a 2-part record. It's a 1528. This is a Jimmy Smith record as well.
What's the name of that one? I was looking at that earlier. It's an interesting name.
The incredible Jimmy Smith at Club Baby Grand, Wilmington, Delaware.
It's a mouthful.
Yeah, this early Jimmy Smith, they smoke. They're really good.
That's one of the more affordable ones, but it's still like $200 for a decent
Yeah.
copy.
Oh, this I got this one. The most recent I got is still affordable, I think. The 1531,
Oh, nice.
Oh yeah.
which is a really good. Also, like a mashup of things here. A lot of alternate takes, a master.
Yeah.
Yeah. This belonged to Music Man Murray from Santa Monica Boulevard.
Oh. Music Man Murray, huh?
I think this was recently on the classic series, right?
Yeah, it came out with Miles Davis Volume 1.
Yeah,
And that
yeah,
was
those
better.
are very early. And 1531 came right after 1530, which is my object of desire.
Yeah,
One day I'll get it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Do you get a hip?
No, Jeffrey, that's Clifford I bought on Discogs.
Now, in terms of the pressing variations, like, do all of them have a flat edge? And like, do some? I know. I mean, I honestly don't know what the answer to that is. I know some of them do, at least. And then
Yeah.
some of the ones
Most of them
online had a Lexington label on one side and then another label on the other, and that
Yes.
seems pretty common.
Yes, it is. I mean, in the beginning, I mean, even in the 60s, they were like working on a budget. So whatever they had printed, they would just put on the record, whatever fits, whatever goes.
Yeah, they didn't give a fuck. Like it
So
mattered.
it's very inconsistent in terms of finding, classifying, pressing, especially on some records for some reason, because they were like a smaller batches or something, or they had to press in a hurry. So whatever you have at hand, you just use it. Yeah. Yeah. I think that will be the thought there. But I think it's quite cool to have some Lexingtons. I mean, they're old. They're cool.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Very nice. I thought I had one that I was mistaken, though. It was a repress. Womp womp.
Yeah. I mean, I have a bunch of like Music Matters or classics or 80s or whatever, but yeah.
Yeah. They generally are pretty expensive.
Yes.
How many do you think that they initially pressed in there of those?
I would guess, so it's a guess, okay, between 500 and 1500, I'm guessing, okay?
Really?
Depending on the record, yeah.
It's a guess, but I think it's maybe not that far off, I guess.
What would the high end be? 3,000, like tops?
Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah.
That's why it's so rare. I mean, they had to survive.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And it's no surprise that the first batch were like Miles Davis and Bud Powell, right? The first 4 records. Right. They had to sell that. And Jimmy Smith, of course, a bunch of Jimmy Smith, yeah.
And J.J. Jones, which was
J.J. Jones was early. Those 2 volumes of J.J. Jones.
Yeah.
You had the Monk ones in there. The Genius and Modern Music. Those are great.
Yeah.
But all that shit's reissues of their previous shit.
Yeah.
They're the 5,000 series stuff.
Yeah. Oh yeah, no, for sure.
I think I was telling you guys, like, I have early West 50th Street NYC Prestige. I have white label early Riverside. I have early Wagon Wheel Impulse. Like, I have early everything except for blue. I don't have one Lexington Blue Note. So I think I'm gonna look. I'd like to just at least have one in my collection, like that's in good condition, that I can kind of get a sense. And I know that like a lot of those were recorded at WOR studios. Like I think like a lot. Like I think like those Fats Navarro ones. Then there's like not a bunch, but there's some that are live. So there's early Live Messenger stuff.
Yeah.
And then there are some that are Van Gelder Hackensack. So I'd like to get one that's a Van Gelder Hackensack.
Yeah.
But those are the ones that are really expensive.
Yeah.
One you should buy today, man. It's only $1,600.
and you can tell in those early ones, I mean, how the inconsistent the sound is, right? Just because they're just putting stuff together, just like in the 80s when CDs were starting, let's put whatever had a smash up on a CD, and everything was so messed up.
Yeah,
they didn't start with 45s, Roberto. They had 78s before that. They started
78s, yes. I Quebec, Fats Waller, all that stuff.
The first 10-inch 45 78. Sorry, 45 78. 10-inch 78 actually has a pink. It's a blue. It looks like a regular Blue Note label, but instead of the blue color, it's pink.
Oh, yeah.
It's actually. I forget who's performing on it. It might be like. It's like Max Mead Lewis or something.
I think it's Max. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah,
and I think just for historic purposes, that's just a expensive, piece of history.
Yeah. Oh yeah, no, for sure.
I think it's literally like Blue Note, like 00001 or something crazy. Let me see if I can find it.
Those are cool. Yeah, the story of this. This is the second to last printing, but this book is really cool. This book, I think everybody should have it.
Have that.
Buy new or search for a good used copy on Amazon. because it has the history of all these things and illustrated. It's really, really cool to see, how the label evolved, how they got here from Germany, how they got the first like recording sessions. All this stuff is
What's
amazing.
the title of that book?
Uncompromising Expression. Yeah, I think it's thick. It's hardcover, but it's amazing. I think it's a must-have.
Jesus Christ.
Even if you don't want to read back to back, to have as a reference, to go to some time point and read about it. It's I think it's great.
They have one for sale for $200 on Amazon.
Buy it, man.
Yeah, must be out of print. So this is what I believe to be the first Blue Note record. It is from 1939. So when you see the finest in jazz since 1939, this is what it's dating back to. The first pressing, it has. Okay, so I messed up. So it's black, and then the pink is in the center area.
Yeah.
And then the 78s had this bar. This is. I wish I could make this bigger. Hold on. Let me see if I can zoom. Here we go. So that's a little better. But you can make it. Okay.
Yeah.
So here you can see there's not licensed for broadcast here. And then Blue Note Records, 235th 7th Avenue, NYC. And then this is Mead Lux Lewis. And then it's 444-11. And I think this is the first record they put out.
Yeah.
And let's see how much it goes for. So there's none available. It was last sold in 2016. So it hasn't been sold in 8 years.
Yeah. These are rare to find. And the cool thing about that book is that it kind of explains, tells the story, how they would, set up the label and how they're going to find those guys to get started and just keep recording it over and over because that's all they had. So that there's some pretty cool stories there to find about it.
Fluffy.
I have one that I thought was going to be a Lexington, but it's not. It turns out it's a repress. But if you want to get a cheap Lexington, the 1200 series, which Lou I think was talking about earlier, you can get a VG 1200 series for $20. Anyway, so I've got this one, and I've got I think there's 4 volumes of Sidney Bechet stuff they reissued, like in '55. I've got this one, and then the rest of them are like 70s things. But I think this one's from like 56 or 57 because it's got the whatever the.
The 47 West 63rd New York, but it's not a 23rd, Chris. So it's not worth much. It doesn't have the 23 after New York, so it's not worth much.
Well, I mean, it's not worth it anyway.
Just joking.
It's got the RBG and ear and all that in it, though. Still, it's
what is the 1200 series? I'm totally ignorant to this.
Yeah, you can look it up. There's only like 8 of them, I think.
It's just what came before 1501.
Maybe, I don't know. They all came out.
Do you see the link that I put in the private chat, you guys? I put it in the regular chat too. That's just a label guide for Blue Note, and it has a blurb on every single one of them.
Okay. Well, if you were up on your Jazz Booms lore, you would know that Felipe did a video label guide to the.
Well, God damn it!
You can go check that video. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Okay.
Well, thank you.
Okay, so So the 1200 became. Wait, what the hell is the 1200 series?
Yeah, show it. Wiki it up, man. Wiki bombs.
This is that's the wrong one. Why can't I? Okay,
I'm gonna have to have Louis start sharing your screen. Your screen. I think he would do a good job of it.
Countdown. Okay, here we go. So this is what. Okay, so Louis, this is what you shared. So this is essentially the volume 2, I think, of what you just showed, Chris, possibly.
Yeah.
And
there was 4 of them. It was 1201, 1202, 1203, 1204 were all.
It was a short one in 1955.
Yep.
Yeah, but look, it says. Oh, I don't really understand this. It says it was issued from 51 to 57. Oh no, I guess this is the specific title.
Yeah,
found on the 1200 series and
catalog numbers 1501 to 1543. So 1200s just came before that. They arbitrarily decided to change to 1501 at some point. Then those 42 records
became 1500 records.
They didn't change any of the original 1200s.
No,
they just moved on to a different naming convention, and it probably doesn't mean anything.
Yeah.
No, this means everything.
I mean, it means everything to you, but to them, they're like, let's, what do we do next? 1500 sounds
I
good.
think it might have been a different thing though, because this Sidney Bechet stuff is super early. It's like, 30s, 40s recordings, I believe.
Oh, sorry.
Maybe they went from 10s to 12s or something like that.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Those are,
My
doesn't.
mind is officially blown. Yeah,
That didn't answer the question though. I want to see if I can find the catalog here.
good to know.
All right, I'm going to show it. Hang on. Oh, this is a horrible website. There's 9 of them. Why am I trying to invite people? That's weird.
You guys in technology, I swear.
Dude. All right. Let me add it to the screen. So yeah, so it's 1201 to 1208 or 1209, I guess, which these two seem like bullshit. Right? Well, maybe not. I mean, whatever. So you had the first 4 Sidney Bechet, and then George Lewis and his New Orleans Stompers. I think this was all like Dixieland stuff. Maybe that's what the difference was. Because the
Is
1500 series
Sidney
doesn't really have
considered-
Dixieland in it. All this is like Dixieland stuff.
Is Sidney Bechet considered Dixieland?
I mean, yeah.
Well, see, that's still 1955, right? All those. So
Yeah.
that still falls into the convention of what was on that website.
Yeah, well, it's oh god, spam time. That was weird.
Mhm.
The website's terrible, but I mean, that does have every bit of information.
Yeah, I mean the 1200 never. Yeah, for sure. And then didn't last long. I think it was not because I think at the same at that time, 55, 56, there's so much new stuff going on, right? So let's just keep going with the 15 and
Yeah.
just repress those guys different times.
Did they repress all of those as 1500s or just some of them?
No, just
Because
some.
I don't
No,
think
none of those are 1500s.
No, none of them. No,
none. Okay, all right.
No, none of them. They're just
I have
repackaging.
repressed them a bunch though. They pressed them in the 70s. Let me see if I can find the other one I have.
Yeah,
Here's-
I think
here's-
the 1500s
here's-
was
there's
the
no
1500s was this
Sidney Bechet in the
attempt to make like more
1500s.
modern stuff, and 1200s more on the oldies maybe.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly. So this
Yeah.
one, here we go. Check this out. So I have 1201 as well. So this is 1201. It's Sidney Bechet Jazz Classics with Bunk Johnson, Sydney, and Paris, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yeah.
And so this is volume, what was it? Volume 1? I think the other one's volume 2 that I have. But anyway, so this one, it's very typical. Like they did the 1500 series too, right? They would, when they had 2 records, they would list they'd have the same backs on them, right?
Yeah.
So you'd have, the listing for the first record and the second record. And then this one's just on I think it's a Liberty. Let's see. Yeah, it's a Liberty. Not that it really matters, but so it's a Liberty. So whatever that was, I guess 60s or what have you. But they're all cheap as hell. You can get the OG Lexingtons for like $20.
I don't know if they're 10 inches or if they're even earlier.
So those 10 inches, at least the 5000 series, they are. There's a really good Toshiba series from the 90s.
Yes.
Beautiful done. That series is killers. Toshiba, they reached all the 5000 series in the 90s. Those are really worth searching for. Some are going to be cheap, some are not going to be so much.
But I think those like Bechet 10 inches are comps of his 78 stuff.
Well, these are comps of 78 stuff. So this one's got Muskrat Ramble, Blue Horizon, St. Louis Blues, Jasmine Blues. Those were recorded in December 20th, 1944.
Sure.
And there's some stuff. There's one from 39, one from 45, 46. So yeah, it's all 78 stuff.
Yeah.
But I thought it was interesting when I found that. I got that first one in that collection I bought a long time ago, and I was like, "What the hell's a 1200 series?"
So could the division be that the 1500 was never on 78s? Was that stuff?
maybe.
No, I mean, not sure.
Not sure either.
No, I don't.
1500 series is the modern jazz.
No, I don't think that was the thought. I mean, the thought was we're going to make 12 inches now.
Okay.
And not necessarily. Oh, this is going to be 7. I mean, I don't think that was even a thought back in those days. I think it's like our, modern day kind of thought. But I think they were just doing it. 1500 started well. They were put some of the 10 inches there. they were probably just experimenting, see if that such a series would sell. Probably was not selling. They just stopped it. Probably. I mean, if they were selling those, they're surely going to be making more for sure.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, there was a big change in those days. Like Miles completely changed the sound of what he was doing. Then Art Blakey, Art Silver, Jackie McLean, and so much stuff changing there. I don't think those guys are like big sellers anymore. So it wouldn't make much sense commercially to have a whole series devoted to them.
And also I think those Sidney Bechet recordings, those were licensed by Blue Note from another.
Yeah, I mean, I think most of his production was from Colombia. He was on Colombia. His records on Colombia are really good.
I thought he recorded in Europe for some reason.
He record. Not sure. Probably.
Mike, do you know about Sidney Bechet's like where he recorded? I mean, he's American, but like, didn't he spend a lot of time in Europe?
Yeah, a lot of time. I would think a lot of it's in Europe.
What? He was American, right?
Yes.
Yeah, he's from New Orleans.
Okay.
He's,
all right.
he's a Creole from New Orleans.
He's buried in Paris.
Yeah.
But I thought Blue Note licensed his European stuff to put out in the United States.
That's what I think. I think they did too. I mean, I have the Mosaic box set of the Blue Note stuff.
Okay.
And I also have the Mosaic box set of the George Lewis. They also did that, which is excellent.
And I think Musette is right here that Bechet and those that Mead Lex Lewis or whatever, I think those are like hot jazz. Like, is that hot jazz? Like, that's early hot jazz? Is that a thing?
No, that's a thing. I think that, that's what they call it.
It is a different style. Like, it is different. Like, it is notably different in style.
Well,
but
I call Bechet and George Lewis, I call that New Orleans jazz.
Okay.
I mean, people have their own names for it. And when you talk about like Mead Lux Lewis, that's isn't that sort of boogie woogie or whatever?
Yeah. Yeah, I even think like some of the songs are called Boogie Woogie. But that was all the early Blue Note stuff because they were just licensing stuff to put out, and then they started recording, right? Like then
Bechet said a lot of stuff.
Did he call it ragtime?
I mean, he also was arrested for shooting people and shit. Like,
he would cut you in a heartbeat.
Yeah,
it was a different time.
And I think he might have been deported from
Paris,
Great Britain, also.
No.
Yeah. He was trouble, man.
Yeah, but he was fucking awesome too.
Absolutely.
I think he sort of had like a Napoleon complex, Yeah. He didn't want to be slighted.
No.
Yeah. How is that Blue Note stuff? Is it essential?
Is it essential? I mean, it's good. It's cool to have.
All the early Blue Note stuff, like those three guys we were talking about, like.
Yeah.
The Bechet that Blue Note box, I enjoy that a lot. I mean, it's like Sidney Bechet and the Port of Harlem Jazzmen. It's like different configurations, and I think it's excellent.
Yeah, I truly like Sidney Bechet too. It's such a nice tone. I love his records.
He does a really excellent version of Summertime.
Yeah.
How's the connectivity between, like, you always hear like, or at least I always hear like kind of, or at least how I construct in my head, it's like there's swing bands, and then like those guys, because swing kind of was over, those types of big, large ensembles weren't able to tour the same way and make the same money, so smaller groups came out, and that's where like the bebop kind of came from. But how does the New Orleans sound? How does that all kind of like, is it almost like parallel pathing with the big bands, where it's like big bands are influenced by the New Orleans sound, but like They're
No,
not.
New Orleans came before jazz existed anywhere else.
Yeah, I know, but Sidney Bechet, like he's like in terms of time period, is he same time as Charlie Parker?
Well, he was he was
He's old.
alive during that time period.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean,
But all those like Blue Notes, those are 30s recordings or 40s recordings.
Yeah, I mean, he was born in 1897. He's older than so many others.
Oh, damn, he's older than Ellington.
Yeah, he's older than Armstrong.
Yeah, yeah. I'd say he's more like Louis Duke Ellington kind of generation, not even Charlie
Yeah.
Parker. Yeah.
I know before Charlie Parker, but I just felt like I was just curious. So it basically was like New Orleans, then it became big band swing, and then bebop. Like, is that kind of the?
if you want to do that,
I need a linear one.
yeah,
It's hard. It's a mess.
you know, it's no distinct line where they did, they did New Orleans, it ends
Well, that's what
here.
I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. It seems like bebop came out of the swing stuff, but it wasn't directly connected to what was going down in New Orleans. It was more like swing was kind of the conduit, maybe, of where the New Orleans sound influenced it, and then where bebop came out of it. I feel like I pissed
No.
off.
What you done, yeah.
I'm sorry. I apologize. I'm gonna stop talking now.
No, don't stop talking. No, I mean, the way it traveled up the rivers, right? Originally, like up to Chicago from New Orleans.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah.
part of, along with people migrating out of the South to get the hell away from Jim Crow and all that.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, the migration had a huge impact on the whole development of music in the North and Northeast for sure.
Yeah, King Harry's right. King Oliver. So King Oliver was the superstar before Armstrong, right? And he was Armstrong's like hero. So
But how does
He was his mentor.
yeah, exactly.
And when he left New Orleans and went to Chicago, he sent for Louis Armstrong to come to Chicago, and then eventually that led to all the recordings, the Hot Fives and stuff like that.
But was Bechet he was a contemporary of Louis Armstrong, but were they like part of the same cohort?
It's New Orleans. They grew up in New Orleans. I'm sure they're playing. They knew of each other. They probably, I don't know if they played any gigs together, but I'm sure their paths crossed.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, well, they're only 4 years apart, Mike, in age. So yeah, they would have been
Who's older?
Sidney Bechet.
And then there's a recording where there are recordings where they both play. I want to say it's Clarence Williams' band. It may be like Cakewalking Babies, where they're both playing on it. And some people, I don't think it's that recording, but I know Phil Schaap sort of had the opinion that Bechet was the only guy that cut Louis Armstrong, meaning bested him in a performance. Yeah, that's Sidney Bechet was a monster improviser.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
and his speed is incredible.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
He played the clarinet at first forever.
Yeah.
That's what I know him as.
Yeah.
Did
But
he-
it sounds still very smooth, very musical. I mean, he plays fast, but I think he's very musical.
Yeah. Well, anyway, it's something that's something I want to look into.
No, for sure. I mean, I like having those blue notes, and then like me and Mike, we were talking about you picking up the Hot 5 and Hot 7 stuff on Columbia, the Louis Armstrong stuff.
Mhm. Yeah.
That's a good point, Joe.
Yeah.
But it's interesting. I like all that old stuff, man. I feel like it's nice to have some of that stuff in your collection.
Yeah.
The thing is, I feel like they don't get much attention by today's record collector, and then the reissue labels, I don't think they look at it as something that's going to sell. But I don't know. I mean, actually, that's not right, because Mike, you were saying Mosaic has
Mosaic.
I have the answer for that. There are amazing CD boxes covering everything.
Right.
That's true.
And I think, to tell you the truth, I think those recordings are better served on in the digital domain than
They did a clean up everything.
being reissued on record.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I've got the And I've got I think RCA did CD set of Jelly Roll Morton. Oh, you know, yeah, I can't imagine listening to that on vinyl. I mean, you know, they digitally cleaned a lot of it up. And just the source material is not that great. So
Exactly.
It's old 78s.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
I love the old Columbia stuff that they did when, you know, they did the Louis Armstrong stuff, and then Dick Spiderbeck. I think they did 4 volumes of his stuff, which is really, really neat. But yeah, it doesn't sound right.
Which, according to Stanley Crouch, right, Mike Big Spiderbeck is one of the most important players in the development of everything.
Yeah. I mean,
according to Stanley, yeah.
If you don't, I mean, a lot of people don't. You know, there are certain people you don't know because, I mean, they're not. Well, I guess it depends. You know, they're just their music's not being played like it once was.
Yeah.
No, none of it is.
Yeah, it's definitely like Analog Productions. This isn't something that really fits into their you know. Their
I like the CD box set point though, man. I mean, that might be a reason for me to get a CD player.
Mm.
Be able to get that kind of stuff, you know.
Yeah, I mean, there's just so much information you can cram like in 5 CDs. It's going to be like a 10 record box.
Mazzy, you see Mazzy's new video?
No.
Yeah, he showed that box a couple of years ago. I
He did all his
the same thing when I saw the picture.
I thought it's like a rerun of the same video.
Mazzy better get up here. He did his jazz box sets, and he makes the point. He's like, look, you get everything, like you get the entire discography here. Yeah. It's like it's incredible. And you know, it's like, are you really going to get 40 Bill Evans Verve records? You can, but it's just like, or you can get like this box.
And those types of things uncover the illness. You know, they sort of like put it into perspective. Like I think about this kind of crap all the time. Like, why do I have these?
You want to see a nice one? I'm gonna pick it up.
I have like 40 Bill Evans records though, so.
Are they all? Yeah. Well, I was gonna say they're all warped, but I'm not anymore.
They're not warped anymore, bro. They're
did you flatten my Did you flatten my Electron records?
I have not, but I will this weekend.
What?
Yeah, this one is super cool.
I haven't done it yet.
Oh, that's
cool.
Yeah.
There are.
Whose dog's whining?
She's moaning for French fries.
Every single session and take.
What is that?
Miles and Coltrane
on Columbia.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, so 6 discs. Okay. Super high quality, and the booklet is amazing. It goes track by track, session by session, explaining everything, the concepts, when they were done, why they're done.
Yeah,
you know, amazing pictures.
Yeah,
I mean, sorry, you cannot put that in a vinyl box. It will be cost a fortune. Imagine like 6 CDs.
I know it's insane to say anything Miles is underrated, but that early Columbia stuff, like there's the Round Midnight and then Milestones. That's essentially his Prestige Quintet with a Columbia, you know, treatment, studio, all the money, all that stuff. And then Milestones, I think Cannonball's on.
Yeah.
So it's a sextet. So that stuff's great.
Yeah.
Underrated.
Yeah, I do. I feel like that. I feel like people pay attention to the like Kind of Blue, the Gil Evans stuff. I feel like people go to and get in their collection before the early Columbia stuff.
Yeah, well, it's on lo-fi. I don't see that's underrated.
Like, I feel like the later Columbia stuff is people.
But again, I think you said it. You said pay much attention. So I wouldn't say underrated. I would say underappreciated. Right?
Yeah.
It's rated really well. It's rated really well.
Well, I rated very well.
I rated very well too. I just don't know how it could be underappreciated, underrated if MoFi put it out. That's all I'm saying. And it was selling out for years. Every time they got 50 of them in stock.
Yeah, CDs are always flat. No,
I don't know. Maybe it's not. I'm probably wrong. I just feel like.
No, what about like what's the one with the cover that he hated?
I feel like when people talk Columbia, they talk Kind of Blue, Gil Evans
Miles
and
ahead.
then second quintet with Wayne Shorter and Herbie Hancock. Like I feel like that's where like when people take Columbia, like their heads go there, and it's like the early stuff is fucking awesome too.
It is. It is.
Well,
That's-
I mean, he became a superstar with Roundabout Midnight. That was the record that exploded him.
Okay, well I'm
Yeah.
probably wrong.
I love that record.
Yeah,
They're not underrated here,
It's an
Mike.
amazing record.
Of course, we have so you know.
For the music, he was really inspired, and conceptually, that cover shot, it was super well thought and designed. You know, the mysterious guy, the shades. I don't care about my instrument, but I kill when I play it. So it's really that Roundabout Midnight made his image. I mean, he was already quite popular for the prestige stuff, but when that record came out, that really took him to a different sphere as a musician and like an icon for sure.
What's the one with that had the cover he didn't like?
Oh, Miles Ahead.
Miles ahead.
I don't have that one. Do you have that one, Mike?
I accidentally dropped the quote in the chat earlier because I had it copied because I was looking it up earlier for whatever reason.
Oh.
And it is something that I would not have liked to share because it is,
Are you
explicit.
talking shit about me specifically, or?
No, about it's what apparently what Miles said when he saw the cover. So you know what I dropped in the chat.
Didn't he
I
say
had-
what's that white bitch you on my cover on the record? Isn't that what he said?
Yeah.
Yes, Rob, this is a good point.
Yeah. That's what he's doing right now.
That's actually Loki's making a new channel called Kind of Poo, and it's all bad jazz records.
It's 70s Herbie Man and donate to that effort.
Funny.
Yeah.
That is kind of funny, actually. That'd be a good episode.
That is pretty
All right, I'll
cool.
be right back.
Oh,
Okay. So,
Oh,
just since we're on the CD trend, I just want to show some other stuff I got this week. And this is a killer record. Everybody should look for this one.
oh yeah. What label is that on?
Zomotima is 2008, I believe so, Chris.
Yeah.
Double check. They're not going to put in the date here. But she's playing with this band called Timeline. Dude, the rhythm section here, what these guys are doing, the drum and bass, it's amazing. Really great record.
Looks cool.
And it's another, it's another example of an artist that's mostly on CD. Most of her work is going to be on CD. So if you like Jerry Allen, you only listen to vinyl, sorry, don't listen to Jerry Allen.
Okay, CD Gatekeeper.
Nah, I'm just saying, let's be more open because there's a lot of great stuff that you got to pay attention to.
Yeah.
Right? Plus, we don't have vinyl in the name of our channel, okay? So this is a really good record. I was impressed with this band Timeline. What these guys are doing here, it's amazing. Really, really good. And I think probably the new artist of the week for most people, myself included, was Aaron Parks, right? Everybody probably talking about him, saying I'm not gonna buy that record. So, okay. This is his 2016. So Aaron Parks, he's a really important piano player. He's been in many recordings. He started on his Blue Notes. That's the one that's going to come out of the classic series, the Invisible Cinema, which we're going to talk about, eventually. Then he goes to ECM. He has a very ECM kind of sound, very open, big, but very detailed, well played. And then he's been mostly recording out for small labels, doing very small releases, but he's very versatile in that he's always playing with different types of bands, different formats. Something more like with rock bands, with jazz trios, jazz quartets, quintets, orchestra here sometimes. So this is a 2016 record called Groovements by Aaron Parks. This record is killer. Highly recommend.
Very nice.
Yeah. And here's the band. Very nice photography work. So yeah, that's it.
Yeah, I saw Aaron Parks at the Jazz Gallery. It was like one of the first shows after everything opened up, and it was a killer band. Emmanuel Wilkins was playing it. was a really good performance, and yeah.
Mhm.
I don't have the Blue Note, the 2008, the one that's coming out in the classics, because yeah, I missed that when it came out.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That's a cool cover.
It
Yeah.
does.
So and to the point, I think it's amazing that Classic is bringing 2000s records. I think they had a couple before, but they should keep doing those because they were not just CDs. So and hard to find. Some of the CDs go for like $20, 30 sometimes. You know, they're not easy to find also because they're short runs and never reissued. So I think it's really cool what they're doing, and people should really look into those guys, and because they're still active, they're still playing, and we should value them because they're carrying the torch. I think as we talked last week.
Yeah. And I think it's smart to. I mean, I think this is what you're saying, Felipe, but like interweaving it in classic series, I feel like only gives it more attention. So like it's like like use that as the vehicle to promote some of the later stuff.
Yeah, absolutely.
And they should also do like some of the Jerry Allen stuff like that.
It's just a lot of Blue Notes.
But they haven't done, and let me know if this is wrong, but they haven't done too much of like the 80s 90s era, have they? Like try
No,
they did the one Jerry Allen, right?
no. Blue Note has a few. No, she did a few on Blue Note.
Talking about in the classic series specifically, or the 80s series.
Yeah, there's one. There's one of the classic. Yes. Yeah.
And then they did the Tony Williams one, Foreign Intrigue. That's an 80s record, right?
Yeah.
Covers
They did. Yeah. They also did the Bing Bing Bing. They did Joe Lovano. So those are good. Yeah. Yeah.
But isn't there, Mike? Who's that? Isn't there a drummer that kind of was the leader, and Jerry Allen was the piano player? In like the Triangle or something.
And no, that's a Ralph Peterson.
Ralph Peterson, is he a drummer?
Yeah, he was a drummer. He passed away. A few years ago.
But that like put out some Ralph Peterson stuff. That's I'm assuming that would be digital, but I don't think that really matters.
No.
Yeah, no. There's the Ralph Peterson stuff is great on Blue Note. Because I have all of it on CD. A lot of that was done by the Japanese division. That was, I guess, they were owned by Toshiba at the time. And it was called Something Else Records. They would do, they were the ones that set this up, and then they licensed that to the I guess the American division of Blue Note, or to Blue Note, and because it says on the back of those CDs, Something Else Records licensed to Blue Note.
Interesting.
Yeah.
And I mean, they did Jerry Allen, a lot of Ralph Peterson, and they're all really killer recordings.
Yeah.
But it seems like I feel like that era is kind of ignored almost. But they did do the Jerry Allen 21, right?
Yeah. And there's a lot of that the Ron Carter on Blue Note came from the Japanese division.
The Ron Carter.
There's a lot of good Ron Carter on Blue Note, but it was done by something else in Japan and then licensed to Blue Note.
Yeah.
I saw Ron Carter. He posted this week. If you bought $60 worth of stuff on his website, he'd send you a signed DVD, which I thought was kind of cool. And he had like 3 or 4 different ones you could choose from.
Yeah.
He's pretty good. We've reached out to Ron Carter, and his people got back to us. They were very nice. They basically said he's not coming on your channel.
Yeah, pretty much.
But it was in a very nice way.
It was. We shot it. We made a shot. Now Felipe is going to start emailing him once a week.
They probably said, "Mike, get a suit, okay?"
You know what they said?
Get a suit. Go dress up.
I forget exactly what I gave him like some background, but they were like, he's playing at this event in New York. If you want to come backstage and meet him, just let us know if you want to come. So they were like very accommodating, but they weren't giving us an hour with them.
But I was just reading about a very interesting site from Ron Carter. I never heard him talking like this. I think Mike read the book Notes and Tones, right? The interview with Ron
Yeah.
Carter is amazing because mostly of what he talks is how musicians should learn how to make money because they don't know how to make money. So he's really interesting in terms of like open a publishing company, taking care of your stuff, you know. And then he says, because our Taylor was asking, so but people say they gotta practice, right? Yeah, but you gotta practice, but you know, just spend like a couple of hours a day and take care of your shit, and just practicing won't feed you, you know.
Yeah.
So you gotta, yeah. So he was really sharp, and that was back in the day.
Yeah. It's so easy to take advantage of young musicians.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, for sure. The other way you make money, I guess, is just play on like 4 records a day for 50 years.
Yeah.
So, Mike, I've been following your post on social media. I know you have been listening to a lot of new stuff. I really have no background. And do you have anything you wanted to show? Do you have anything close that you can blow up here?
All right. Let's see. Oh, first, what I'll do, since Felipe, it sort of falls in with Felipe talking about stuff on CDs. Andy Bay, like in the late 90s, early 2000s, had a renaissance. He recorded this album. Came out on the CD label called Evidence, and when he hadn't recorded for about over 20 years before he released this, and this is just Andy Bay is a vocalist, baritone, and he also plays the piano. And this is just Andy Bay singing and playing the piano. It's all standards. And then for that same label, Evidence, he also, a few years later, 97, this came out, I believe. And this on the musicians on here are like Jerry Allen, Gary Bartz, Peter Washington, and Victor Lewis. And so it's not just Andy Bay singing and playing the piano. This is probably my favorite of the ones I'm going to show. And the Gatefold. This is a label out of London. I guess they got the rights to do it. And then, like, this is the other one that they reissued. And this is called Tuesdays in Chinatown.
Who's on that with him?
Oh, gosh. Andy Bay, he's playing piano and singing. Peter Washington, Victor Lewis, Steve Teray. Jerry Allen did the horn arrangements on 2 songs. Ron Carter plays bass on a few songs, and a variety of other musicians. And he does a Milton. Actually, he does 2 Milton Nascimento songs. He actually does a Big Spider.
Right.
And he does Fragile by Sting.
That's cool.
But the title song is the best one on here to me. And yeah, he continued to release albums throughout the 2000s, and he hasn't released one in a while, so I don't know. But someone that said when I posted an album that they saw him in LA or something like that, so maybe he's in Los Angeles now. Yeah. And well, I got this today too.
Oh, cool.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, the new series, yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's sold out everywhere, isn't it?
This is, I know the Dusty Groove, it was sold out.
Yeah.
This is killer, man. You know, it's a 3 Blind Mice release. You know, for those that like think 3 Blind Mice is, you know, just the Impex release.
Yeah.
Place.
This is amazing. It's a live performance. These guys, they're blowing really hard. They're they're really funky. And it's it's like something like really funky and nasty to a certain extent. It's just really good, and they do.
It's a great picture.
They do a version of Soul Train on here also. This is the back.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Was it just 2 tunes on the whole record?
3, yeah, 3.
I love the artwork. I love the title.
Yeah.
Sailing
No, that's the trumpet player's brother, right?
Really,
you know?
I'm not sure. I wouldn't know. You'd know more than I would. Yeah. This is
What's his name? What's his name?
Yeah, right. I'm not gonna. You can.
Motohiko Hino. Okay.
Yeah. So that came today, and I've listened
Yeah,
to this
whatever.
side one. That's really good. And then I got something that people are still waiting on.
Yeah, that's Terramosso's brother.
You have that? Can you show that?
Which one? The Hackensack?
Yeah, the Hackensack.
Oh, all right.
Let's see. Now, have you had a chance to spin it?
Yeah.
Now, what do you think? What do you think of it?
I think it's excellent. It's and maybe somebody will take this wrong. I don't know if they will, but it's an ultimate compliment. It's a lovely freaking album.
Nice.
All these guys are they're technically adept musicians. They're at the top of, but they meld them like effortlessly, and I mean. Gerald Clayton.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
His playing is phenomenal on this.
Yeah. It's nice to have like Gerald playing his father, and I mean, and those guys have been playing forever, right? There's not much they needed to talk about.
Yeah. So I think it's excellent.
Awesome. I'm just so happy. I feel like what Kevin's doing here and these artists that he's attracting and all the production and motion and everything, I feel like, I don't know, I just feel like it's a fun thing to follow. Like, it's one of the most exciting things. I feel like I love Sam Records. I love Coherent. Like, there's certain like labels that just are so fun. And I feel like, I don't know, I'm just excited for him because I feel like the more successful he is, the better quality players he's going to get, the better records he's going to get. It's just like, it's only going to be better for me. Not me. But
No, I agree. I agree, like sonically, but let's say Anthony's last record on Colorfield, for example, musically, it's a whole different thing. And I think artistically, they're better labels for sure. But what he's doing, like sonically and everything, I think that's to me, that's how it comes across.
I know, but give this label some time. I feel like they're just, grounding themselves.
I think in terms of releasing great stuff, I think there's so many labels in Europe as well that we don't even know about, right? Labels like our Jams or Jazz Aggression, or what's the name of the one that we bought, the Tribal Ghost. Like those guys, they have some killer obscure new stuff that's so cool.
I know, but my Tribal goes the second side of that. It's noisy, so
it's only worth 500 maybe. That's
well, maybe, but like, yeah, that record's insane. That was good looking out Felipe with that. I'll take it even a noisy version because honestly, it's just a fun. It's just a rare record to have.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Anyway, but yeah, I feel like, I don't know. I don't want to take away anything from what Kevin's doing. US based label, and doing some great stuff, and it's very exciting. So like the when I hear like Mike say like this is a great title, it's just like, well, this could, who knows where this can go. Like, this could be a great little label that he's put together.
Yeah, no, it's great. I mean, he started right with a Kirsten record, like very traditional, laid back. Everything sounds amazing. And now
that Kirsten record was like, it was like a concept. Like, let's get somebody in the studio, let's record You know, let's like that's what it was.
And now he has like an all-star
He said
lineup.
I'm sorry to interrupt, but he was like, I think when he brought them in, he wasn't even sure that he was going to become an LP.
No, it was just supposed to be a test of his set.
Yeah. And for the second one, has Joe producing, has an all-star lineup. Is a different ball game. I think that's the ultimate. You know.
I want to answer Tom's question here. So he's asking if we can hear it. You can't stream the whole thing, but if you go to our homepage, we have the video, the interview we recorded with Anthony and Joe and Kevin. At the very end of it, there's 2 tracks.
Yeah,
you can definitely listen to. And then Brimmer, I think last week on Tracking Angle,
he put some clips.
He posted another track that he ripped from his.
I think you can actually download the tracks.
I thought I heard that you can buy them and download them. Maybe?
Not sure. Yeah, there's some download. I saw. I didn't try, but I saw that there's options. I think.
Yeah. You know, a little behind the scenes on that. So when we interviewed Anthony Wilson, it was such an incredible experience because it was Anthony Wilson, but Joe Harley and Kevin Gray were there too.
Yeah.
So we were all psyched up. Felipe, Chris, and I, we're talking about it prior. We wanted to have like a loose script so we would have for sure, you know, a direction that we could flow. And that was all great. And then we sent out the link and somebody had some issue and we couldn't use the StreamYard.
Right.
So then we had to like use a Zoom, which we never do. And I was like, all right, I'm gonna hit record. Hopefully this works. And honestly, at the end, when it has to convert, there was an issue because when it converts an audio and it converts a video and audio, at least on my computer. And I was the one recording. And I went to the audio first, and I was like, "There's no video here, guys. There's no video."
Oh God, I forgot about that. Yeah, it was horrible.
I had like a panic attack because it was such an incredible conversation to hear. Like these 3 guys talk about their relationship and this project. That to have lost like that, it like literally almost made me like, So anyway, it was fine, but that's why if you watch it, it looks a little different than our usual interviews.
People actually watched that one.
Did we forget? Did we forget to talk about?
We did not. No, we did not.
No.
So
after the break.
After the break. Hang on, let's have a break real quick. Maybe
I have 2 more. I have 2 more things to show. If you guys want to see it, or
and
we're
back.
going to be the break. Go ahead, Felipe. Let's see your other 2 records. Then we can finally talk about the record of the week.
I have. Oh, you want a record of the week now?
No, go ahead.
Okay. No. Felipe, go.
Okay. First, I got this from a couple weeks ago. This came over the weekend. Another artist that we should definitely pay more attention. Her last record came on Third Man last year. Her next one is going to come on GMI.
Oh, nice.
And Muriel Grossman.
That's a great cover.
She's such a phenomenal. She's an amazing sax player. She's recording with different bands, different formations, different concepts. Her records, they go towards the more traditional, more spiritual sometimes. They're musically very, very beautiful recordings, amazing music. So search for more of her records for sure. And this came on our Jams, amazing label from Finland, if I'm not mistaken. And
that was intriguing. That's pretty cool looking.
Yeah.
But what kind of music is she playing? I mean, that's jazz, obviously, but is it like out there, or is it?
No, there's some free parts. Squeeze was more like spiritual, very open, big sound. Yes, I truly dig her work. And here's a record here that I got this week. I think Roberto also got, and I'm not sure if Mike got a copy as well.
Not yet.
Yes.
Spiritual jazz, okay.
Yeah. Okay, this is the latest Amado Freitas. Came this week. Some nice gatefold is on Psychic Hotline label.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, this record is selling out quickly on every time it goes on Dusty Groove, it sells out. You have to wait. And it was cut at Kevin's, but not by Kevin. It was cut by the other guy there, but it sounds incredible. Anyways.
Does Miss Cleo own that record?
MCL, yes. MCL, right? That's his initials. I forgot his name.
No, I was talking about the psychic hotline. I said, does Miss Cleo own the label?
Yeah, but people are just taking advantage here.
Jesus.
There's an obi strip. The obi strip says cut by Kevin Gray, which is not.
It's not.
No, it's cut at his facility. There's another guy. If you look at a lot of reissues nowadays, they say I think MCL at Coherent Audio.
Oh yeah.
That's Matt Luthen's. That's
It's
Matt
not
Luthen.
QG. But it sounds amazing the same way. No issue.
Oh no, yeah, he cut the
Yeah.
what was the Hank Mobley Classic series that just came out a few months ago?
So Amado's previous
Yeah.
records, they all recorded as trios. His first one was a Brazilian trio. His second and third record, they had a Brazilian bass player and a British drummer. Now he's playing a bigger ensemble here. He's playing with Hamid Drake playing drums, Shabaka Hutchins playing flute, Jeff Parker, Aniel Sumeya, and Brande Younger playing harp. The harp work here, it's amazing.
Mhm.
So he came from a traditional trio sound. This is more the cover says. He spent like a few months in Amazon learning instruments from the natives. So the proposal of this record is as jazz would sound before the continent was invaded and everything was imposed. So making jazz with traditional instruments from the land, which is amazing. It's really most of the tracks is playing keys on one hand and the strings with another, adding stuff to the strings, making like really crazy, beautiful sounds. Mostly on the nature sounds. It's really good. Sounds like rivers, rain, vegetation. It's impressive. I was really impressed with this
I
record.
agree. Felipe sent me that to stream. I mean, to buy, but like I was streaming it to sample it, and it's really cool. Very, very different, and the instrumentation is different. Like it's just
Yes.
it has a different sound to it, just like stylistically. But then what they're playing is different too.
Yeah, and most of the sounds is taken from the piano. I mean, he would even put like clothes hanger clips in on the strings to get different sounds, as he would do on a guitar, for example. Yeah, it's crazy. Really, really impressive.
Yeah, it was cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did we want to do the power to the people?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
All right. This is for Louis. We're going to Wikipedia. We're just going to break it down real quick.
Well, hang on before we start. Can you like do a little intro so we can make a video? So we can easily cut it as a video.
If we do that, okay, hold on. Yeah, we can do that. All right, let's do it. So, all right, everybody on screen and people in the peanut gallery, we're gonna cut this and make it a standalone video. So we're gonna try to do a video live. Obviously, Chris can cut it, I suppose, but like, look, we're gonna try to just do it in one take here. So, I'm just gonna kick us off here. So,
all right.
Welcome back, fellow jazz bums. Today, we are going to dive into the new Joe Henderson Power to the People that has been reissued. Before we do that, remember to like and subscribe. Check out the Jazz Bums Discord. We're going to link that below in the description. And then also we live stream on Fridays. So with that, we're going to jump into it. Does anybody have any opening remarks? Felipe, do you have anything that you can do off the cuff here?
It was cool. I think Power to the People has been highly expected this past few months since first announced. Power to the People is a 1969 record by Joe Henderson, not his first solo, of course, but not even his first on Milestone. But it is a milestone record in a sense. It's very important. I think that the title says everything, and the hype, the weight that everybody wanted to hear it. And the reissue came. It sounds very good. I do not have a reissue. I have there's a second press. It's a beautiful gatefold. This is more like that old style cardboard, a little more rugged. Beautiful here. Session pictures, liner notes. It's pretty much Miles Davis rhythm section, right? With Jack Jonette, Herbie Hancock, Ron Carter, Mike Lawrence, which is a trumpeter that unfortunately died very early. He only had one record release, and that was after he passed in 87. He passed in 83 of cancer. Okay. And Joe Henderson. And here's a rare picture of Ron Carter playing electric bass.
Exactly. That's a
Oh
badass.
wow.
Yeah. That was the first Joe Henderson record to have electric drum, electric piano, and bass.
Yes.
And I think the title is very explicit in what it's saying, the times they were living. So let's go more into that.
Okay, before we jump into it, we'll talk about the reissue, but I wanted to quickly show just some background. So I know Felipe talked us through a little bit of this, but just to reiterate, the personnel we have 5 folks here. So Joe Henderson's tenor, Mike Lawrence's trumpet on 2 and 5, so quintet at least on 2, and then we have Herbie Hancock, who's going to play piano, Fender Rhodes on tracks 1, 2, and 5, and then Ron Carter double bass and electric bass, and then Jack DeJohnette on drums. When we look at the lineup here, we have Joe Henderson playing Black Narcissist. Now, I know that he has an album, Black Narcissist, and he has revisited this title numerous times in his catalog, and I'm sure live performances too. I'm not sure if this is the first performance of it or not, but this is a composition to note because I feel like it is one that he that I've seen come up a lot in his career.
Mm-hmm.
Isotope also is a pretty killer track. But sorry, so Afrocentric, Opus 1.5, Power to the People, the title track, Lazy Afternoon, and then Foresight and Afterthought, and Impromptu Suite in 3 movements.
Mm-hmm.
Recorded in 69 and released in 69, Plaza Sound Studios. The length is just over 40 minutes, and it was produced by Orrin Keep News on Milestone. The album that was put out by Joe Henderson directly before this was Tetragon, which is right here in my background. And then if you're not part of the solution, you're part of the problem, which is a live session. I think at the Lighthouse. Yeah, at the Lighthouse, which I also have here, which I did not plan. I just pulled out Joe Henderson records. So anyway, so there's just some background there.
Awesome.
Does anybody want to talk about this new reissue, like what it's all about?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, I mean, it's. Well, I've lost it. Oh, it's right here. Here, I'll talk about the reissue part of it. So, I mean, it's on Jazz Dispensary, which is Kraft's like cool label, basically. It's cut by. I think Kevin cut it, right? Right now.
I believe so. I'm pulling
Yeah,
it up.
but it's pressed at RTI. It's got the Stoughton, nice gatefold jacket. And it was $30 on Amazon, which is kind of amazing. These records usually cost $40 now, right? Like the Tone Poets are $40, Prestige, the AP stuff's $40, the OJCs are $40, and this Jazz Dispensary is still only $30. So
they're 30, and the Contemporary series is 30. Those are really competitive.
They are, and they're both by Kraft. But yeah, I mean, we can get into I think we should talk about each tune, man. I mean, this record's pretty amazing.
Okay.
It's an amazing one.
Before we do that, Louis or Mike, do you have any initial thoughts on this one? Did you guys pick this up?
Yeah.
Yeah, I have it.
Cool.
Yeah, I listened to I listened to it probably 4 times, and my initial thoughts were it usually doesn't take me that long to get a solid opinion on this on a record, but it still seems like I need to listen to it more before I really sort of get it. I don't dislike it. It's not my favorite thing I've ever heard, but to me, it's interesting why I don't have a fully formed opinion yet.
I think it kind of makes sense to me, actually.
Yeah.
Especially with side 1.
Yeah.
We'll get into all that. Mike, any initial thoughts?
Yeah, I just found myself, I've heard a number of times, and Joe Henderson is one of my favorites, but I really found myself listening to Herbie Hancock and Jack DeJohnette on this one, just because I've heard the record. I just focused in on that, and I think Herbie's playing is just excellent.
I think so too.
I mean, that's the thing, listening to the reissue, that those, Herbie and Jack DeJohnette sort of just, that's what I'm focusing in on.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I agree, Mike. I think could almost say it's a Herbie record. His solos, especially the second at the end of side one, the last 2 tracks, it's killer on the electric there. And that makes sense. I mean, Joe Henderson also played as a sideman for his band earlier, right?
And some context. I was reading Pitchfork gave it very high reviews. I forget who the author is now, but he wrote a pretty decent review, and he was saying that this came out in '69. So if you think about what's going on in jazz, you have like Miles doing In a Silent Way, you have some avant-garde stuff starting, and you have kind of this Joe Henderson, which is more rooted. What he was arguing is like more rooted in more of kind of a traditional extension of what happened before, in terms of like the composition style. So I mean, I totally get what he's talking about there, but I think it is important to kind of talk about like what's going on in '69. It is a tumultuous year. There's like politically upheaval in the United States. There's all different things going on with jazz. It's breaking off in all different types of branches. And then you have this Joe Henderson record, and it's Power to the People, which clearly is a political statement.
Yes, yes.
And I don't think there's any it's a politically minded record. Does anybody want to talk anything about that, like the time period in the statement that this is kind of
yeah, Mike. I think that's what we also discussing before, especially some songs with the title are very explicit, like Power to the People. I think also Black Narcissus is also it is a big statement. I mean, the way the song builds, right? If you go song by song, Black Narcissus has that kind of dual meaning, right? You can think about the Greek legend of Narcissus, the beauty, right? Or you can think about the flower, which is a flower that dies and rebirths every year. It's born every year. So it has to do with that too. Like, you can kill me, but I'm gonna come back. I'm strong. I think it has a lot of that. And to me, side one is a discussion that we have been having as well. Side two is better than one. One is good as two. It's just different. To me, side one sounds more like I don't know, just like laying the ground. This is me. This is my land. This is who I am. It's beautiful. Narcissus. And then on side two, I'm making my statement. Power to the people. And I'm gonna go for the kill. That's why it's a little more aggressive, faster. And side one, I think, is more contemplative. Hence those piano solos, beautifully laid out. But it has its moments too. Just my take and the overall feeling of the record. I don't know if you guys feel that way.
I feel exactly that way. Yeah.
Yeah, me too. I do want to talk about each song. We talked about Black Narcissus, and it's the interesting part to me, and I read this in the same review that you were talking about, Mike, is how it kind of just builds up, and then they kind of take it back down, and then it builds up. It's like a crescendo over and over again, right, throughout the track. I think it's probably my least favorite track of the record. Not that I don't like it, but it just wasn't my favorite out of all of them.
Yeah.
It was an interesting opening statement, though, I guess. Like to Felipe's point, to kind of build up what was happening with the record. But I'll tell you, I liked side two better at first, and that's probably still do. But after listening to this thing about 6 or 7 times, side one's pretty amazing. Like Afrocentric, that second track, is fucking killer, man. I think that's one of the ones that it's one of the ones that Ron plays electric bass on, and Herbie. It's the first track that Herbie plays the Fender Rhodes on, and the Fender, and he just. The way the textures and the picture it kind of paints with that Fender Rhodes is pretty awesome.
Yeah.
What was y'all's impression of that track, Afrocentric?
Louis, jump in.
To me, I agree with what Felipe said, that this was like sort of laying the groundwork. So to me, it didn't jump out the way that it did to you, Chris. I thought it was sort of, I thought all of side one was super subdued until about.
Well, hold on. That last track is not subdued. That last, I feel like the fire starts on the last track and then continues to side B.
Yeah. It's like a transition, right? Yeah, it's a transition thing.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
But as far as Afrocentric goes, I felt like it was in the same energy level as Black Narcissus, and I think that I felt like there was a smooth transition between the two, which is to say that the energy was still sort of low. Although that's when I started to notice Herbie a lot more as minutes go by on this record. The more and more I start to notice Herbie.
Yeah.
Especially on side 2.
Mike, you've been the most quiet now, so you have to speak.
I never really thought of this as like, because I remember listening to this on CD. I thought, and I've always been of, the opinion that 1 through 5 is, makes it for me. Then not that the other 2 songs or performances are bad or anything, but I think, sort of like for me, the heart of the recording is 1 through 5.
Yeah.
So the first side and the first song on the second side, Power to the People.
Yeah.
And I can see what Louis is saying as far as when he said energy level, but I look as that Joe Henderson is someone that just starts and just builds the energy up. It's never like just, or rarely is it just full on in there. I think that's how he constructs the way he plays, the way he solo. It's going to be, something that builds and builds. And then there's going to be that point where, bam, I just don't think it's, it symbolizes like he's low energy. I just think, he's trying to develop his theme and his improvisation, and he's just not gonna rush it. It's something he has thought about while he's not actually thinking about it while he's playing. But I don't know. Oh, Joe Henderson always had sort of, and I hate this. I don't hate to say it. And it was like an intellectual sound. Like I could just see, him thinking about how he's gonna frame a solo, or think about how he's gonna solo on Sam Rivers' Beatrice, which is what something that he is as much his song as it is Sam Rivers.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I don't know. I always can just imagine, just because the way he played, him thinking about how he's going to construct a performance.
Yeah.
If I, sorry.
No, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, I know what you mean, Mike. I feel like though I did struggle with this. Like there are records where I totally, like, I was listening to, and we might talk about this later tonight, but the Oliver Nelson with Eric Dolphy. I have that new jazz record that's being reissued. So I pulled that out and I listened to it, and that's exactly how I was listening to it. Where it's like this isn't something where it's off the jump hit a theme and then hit a solo and it's going to bring you in right away. It's they're playing with like ideas, and it's rewarding when you listen to the first track, the second track, that third track when it comes in. Now you understand like where that was going, and it's incredible. I feel like that sequence is really like, it brings me along and I understand it. I didn't get that with this. I felt like Isotope was like on the side one, that was my favorite track. And then Power to the People on side 2 is awesome as well. I feel like those are the 2 tracks like right in the center of this that really spoke to me. And I feel like the earlier tracks and the later tracks, I guess what you're saying is like that encapsulation of those is what is being able to produce that center piece. But I just felt like I feel like as a whole, I don't know, like I know the masters, and I honestly, just hearing Mike talk about how you want to listen to Herbie play on this, like I was listening in, but I wasn't dialed in to Herbie, and I was dialed into, is it Ron Carter on bass? Who's on bass?
Yes.
Ron Carter. I was dialed into Ron. I was listening to him. I feel like I always dial into the bass. I always kind of feel like whenever I'm lost, I look for that bass line and I just connect it to it, and I just go with that. Like that's kind of my default. But yeah, I feel like I need to revisit this. I only listened to it twice, and that was kind of my initial reaction. I think it's a good record, and I think they're extremely talented. I think it's fine, but like, yeah, that was it. I feel like it was kind of a mixed bag for me.
I think it's something you need to listen to 5 or 6 times, like and really deep. Because I felt the same way the first couple of times I listened to it for the first 3 tracks, but today I literally listened to it like 4 times a day.
Yeah.
And I didn't do anything else for at least one of those listens for the entire thing. I just tried to really focus on what was happening.
Yeah.
Like on track 2, like that. God, I'm just going blank what the name of it is.
Afrocentric.
Afrocentric, yeah. Mike Lawrence is playing on that as killer, man. The trumpet on that is amazing. And then Herbie's really cool. But let's move to the next track. So the next track's Ron Carter wrote, right?
Yes.
And it is
Opus 1.5.
So if you listen to that one and really focus on Herbie, right? Because it sounds like kind of more of a traditional tune, right? But if you listen to Herbie on that, he's playing like all this dissonant stuff. Like it's just not quite what you hear, right? And I think Henderson was doing the same thing, but to me that was super interesting.
Yeah. Another thing that stands out, right, Chris? If you listen to this record like randomly, if you just stop and someone say, "Oh, it's a Miles record," you can totally buy it.
Yeah.
For
So anyway, I mean, I really like. I think that third track actually, man, that Ron Carter track might be my favorite one of the first 3. I don't know.
Yeah, it's a beautiful track for sure.
But then Isotope.
Yes. I just think, as you said in the previous track, and I think in the next 2 tracks especially, Roberto pointed out here, you pointed, I was about to say that, and I felt that many times listening to the record. Man, Mike Lawrence, he's not a famous name, so nobody's talking about him, but he's like killing on the record. The counter melodies he plays to Joe Henderson, that interplay, that talk they have, it's amazing. Sometimes you don't even know who's playing. They're so
tight.
Yeah, right.
Gorgeous.
Yeah.
So
I noticed that too.
So Isotope, what do you think about Isotope, Mike? You said you like that one of your favorite tracks, right?
Yeah, I mean, I like it more. I'm thinking of it. It's that's a Joe Henderson standard, and we're getting a different version of a Joe Henderson standard. So but it still works within the context of the album for me.
It did for me too. I did feel like it was not as. I mean, I don't know. Part of the theme maybe is some of the other tracks. Like Afrocentric is obvious. Black Narcissus obvious. Power of the People's obvious. But yeah, I like Isotope a lot. But Power of the People on side 2, that is a smoke show, man. That song is freaking awesome.
Yeah, it's quite a statement, right?
It's 9 minutes long, and I think it. When you think about the title of the tune and then listen to it, it's really a powerful song and a powerful message.
Yeah.
So then we move on to Lazy Afternoon, which, and I'm sorry, I'm not too familiar with this, but it looks like it's credited to Maras and Latouche.
Latouche. Maras and Latouche.
So that's Lazy Afternoon. It looks like so it looks like that's a standard. And then it goes into Foresight and Afterthought, which is an impromptu suite in 3 movements in 7 minutes.
Yeah. So Lazy Afternoon is cool because it's one of the most out there tracks on the record, I think, right?
That's my favorite one.
Yeah, it makes sense. Yeah. And I enjoyed that a lot. But then the last one, it says impromptu. It's literally free jazz because they just played it like it wasn't, planned at all. So I thought that was a really, really cool one too. But I think, man, Mike, when you Notes and Tones, when you said 1 to 5 is kind of the record for you, I kind of agree. I don't dislike the last 2 songs, but
no, yeah, I mean, I don't know, Lazy Afternoon, sort of like, I don't know, it's a standard, so it's in there, and it's not nothing wrong. I don't know. I just the core for me is that foresight and an afterthought. Yeah.
Well, hold on. That is kind of a weird sequence. If I was going to take these tracks and put one behind the other, would I put Power to the People and then the next track Lazy Afternoon? I feel like that's just
Maybe he's just winding down, man. I don't know.
well,
It didn't sound like that. I like the statement. Like, power to the people. After we kill everyone that has the power and take everything from them, so we survive as humans, then we'll have a lazy afternoon and celebrate.
Track sequencing is what I'm understanding piece of the album, because it's how we listen to it. And we were like literally like half this conversation was talking about the flow, and it's like how these tracks build, and then there's like this big kind of piece with Isotope and Power to the People, and it's like that is an important part of our kind of understanding of the record. Like if they rearrange that track listing, we would have a different opinion of this, I feel like. And anyway, I mean, I don't want to read too much into it either. I feel like what Mike you're saying is like really kind of the concept is in like this 1 to 5, and then like these other two are kind of like, they're a standard and like this other kind of conceptual piece that they just added on to fill out the record. And maybe that's overgeneralizing, but
No, I mean, I do believe 1 through 5 is the core of the album. I mean, that I'm not saying the other stuff is like an afterthought, but it's the core.
All right. Sorry.
I was just saying, one of the really interesting thing to me was the difference with Ron Carter when he was playing acoustic versus playing the electric bass. So Ron hardly ever played electric bass. He tried it and he just wasn't his thing. But when you listen to the electric bass parts on the two tracks, Power to the People, one of them, he's doing it. It seems like he's just doing a totally different thing.
Yes.
Yeah. The way he's playing along in the song is different than when he's playing the acoustic bass.
Yeah. And this was a formative time. Like, I think it's important to say, like, again, this is 1969. Miles is doing his electric. He's like starting his electric years. He's doing it in a silent way. He's doing Bitches Brew soon. He's working with Herbie, Ron Carter, Jack DeJohnette at the same time. Ron Carter's experimenting with electric bass. We know that ultimately he pushes away from that, but this is his his kind of experimentation with it. So, not to like jump ahead, but I feel like, my conclusion is, do I think this is a 10 out of 10 record? I think, I wouldn't frame it like that. I would say that I would recommend people get this. If you're a jazz collector, I think this is must have, honestly, because it's reissued and it's $30. I think there's no reason to not have this. And I think there's a lot here to reference, to enjoy, and to kind of understand what the trajectory was going to happen after this. And I feel like it's kind of an important statement at the same time. So I would say people should pick this up. And then also, if you like for me, and it sounds like Louis as well, so sorry I'm speaking for you, Louis, but like give it a shot. Like, don't just listen to the first track and think you're going to listen to like some early hard bop stuff that's just going to swing right away and just get you hooked in. This is a slow burn. Give it some time, revisit it. There's a lot going on this record, and I think ultimately, it's a good record, and I think people should definitely listen to it.
Hey, what is, like, Mike Notes and Tones, what's your favorite Joe Henderson?
Oh God,
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to ruin your life.
It's impossible. It's hard for me to say something.
Okay, what's one that's in the top 5 that you just think is like beyond criticism?
Live at the Village Vanguard.
Because you know why I'm asking, right? Because what I'm going to do is that I'm going to go listen to whatever you're suggesting, and then I'm going to listen for the deliberate, like, because you said that Joe's deliberate, and I want to find out.
So Louis, also remember, he recorded a lot in the 80s and 90s. That's not on vinyl.
That's all right.
Yeah, there's a lot there.
Live, you can get live at the Vanguard.
I want to hear studio, like, comparison. You know what I mean?
Do you like the red record?
Mirror is mirror. There's gosh, there's another one with Chick Corea. Hold on, now I have to open up my thing.
All right.
Yeah, Mirror, which was
Mirror,
recently reissued not too long ago. That's
That's MPS, right?
yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, that's a.
Isn't that a quartet on that?
I don't know. I don't remember.
I think it's like a ridiculous quartet. Hold on. let me
Yeah,
see.
that's a great record.
Yeah.
Well, do we want to wrap up the talk?
Yeah.
about
All right. So, guys, thank you for your thoughts. Before we get out of here, are there any final thoughts on this? Chris, Felipe, Louis, Mike. I know I kind of did a little wrap up and just recommended this record. But I feel like understanding the context of it and putting it within that really kind of helps understand it. And I feel like I also don't want to overly hype this either. I mean, I think it's a good record. There's a couple tracks on it that I think are outstanding, and the rest are really good by the masters. So I think it's definitely worth having. It's great pressing, great presentation.
Right.
Yeah. So
I think you're underselling it greatly. I think it's an 8 out of 10, probably. I think everyone should.
I'll say 8 out of 10 for sure. Yeah.
I mean, that's just my opinion, which is fine. So
Which for Joe Henderson is like way above average.
that's true too. Yeah, I mean, that's true too. So that's my thought. I think everyone should buy it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no brainer.
Yeah, I think it's definitely should have a place in most people's collection, and it's also a different period of Joe Henderson. And I guess you could say there are probably like 3 periods of Joe Henderson. This is like the middle period.
Mm-hmm.
So you can listen to how he sounded, post Blue Note. And
yeah, makes sense.
I'm gonna listen to Mirror.
all right, cool. All right, guys. Thank you for providing your thoughts. We're going to get out of here. Thanks for watching. We're going to continue with the live stream. So remember to like and subscribe. Leave your comments if you pick this up. Let us know what you thought about it. Be interested to hear. We love hearing, what you guys think about stuff. And with that, we're going to get out of here. So we'll see you next time. See ya.
See ya. Woo! Nice.
So now the question,
now we can answer the question. Yes, what are the top 5 Joe Henderson records for Mike?
No, the question is, what's the next record of the week?
We don't know yet. We're going to have to figure it out this weekend.
Well, hold on. So Chris and I were planning to do a deep dive into Dexter Gordon. So I was thinking maybe when we do that, we can maybe pull one of those out, but I don't know.
Maybe.
It could be anything. We don't have to decide it right away either. I think we were going to plan to at least share the new record of the week by Tuesday, which is, I know, a little
That's way too late.
Wait till it's Saturday. Dude. It's Saturday.
All right, fine. Okay,
Saturday,
cool.
yeah.
We'll figure it out tomorrow.
Yeah.
Or
I
tonight.
say Conquistador.
You don't get a vote.
Look,
Conquistador is great. I love it.
I think, but here's the thing. Also, we want to be practical about things. We want people to be involved. So the first, X amount, we want to make sure they're going to be popular titles that a lot of people are going to have, or if they're reissues that a lot of people are going to buy. So we can have, so a lot of people show interest in this. So the reason is Cecil Taylor Conquistador may not be. That might be like a 5th week one.
Right.
Not the second one.
Yeah, and I think Conquistador is very accessible, right, Louis?
Yeah.
You think?
And it's cheap too.
Oh yeah.
And no one can buy a copy.
Yeah.
But no, I do think it'll be interesting. I don't think we have to always do stuff that's coming out right now, but I think it's kind of good to start with,
Mm-hmm. Oh, for sure.
Yeah, I mean, you can always stream this stuff without having to spend money.
We can.
Yeah. No, yeah.
Absolutely. No, for sure. We don't expect anybody to buy the records.
Even though like 80% of us will.
Well, Chris, you actually made a big point of that when you started the channel, basically.
The first channel that I deleted, yeah. The first, but we don't expect anyone to buy any of these records. Just if you want to participate, just listen to them, and then on the Discord, there's going to be a thread every week for the record of the week where you can talk about it. So
I think it's cool.
You get all excited about nothing. You got excited because we were leaving. You're so mean. Who's that?
All All right, I have something to break up some stuff.
I think Nicole actually has a really good idea for a record of the week or two, possibly.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, that could be cool.
that'd be cool for sure.
Louis, you can pick the record of the week once you've been listening to jazz as long as Nicole has.
Mhm.
All right, actually, hold on. I'll be right back. I need to.
Oh. No. Oh no.
Just like the wind.
Yeah.
Well, I got some records to show. We can do that right now.
Go for it. No, I just brought that stuff to show. Not inspired.
You don't. Okay, we encourage you to buy the records if you want to, and if you don't, that's fine too.
Exactly. Yeah, we don't have any affiliate links going on here.
Well, not yet. That's a thought that I've had in my head that if this works, we can get some Amazon affiliate links going.
You're funny.
So me and Louis had a really good time, or at least I did. I'm thinking Louis did.
I'll take a quick break as well. I'll be right back.
I hated it.
Everybody's leaving. Well, how many more records is everybody gone?
Okay, I'll see some, but I'm hungry.
All right. I only got like 10 records to show. It's gonna be fun.
Yeah, you bought a shitload of records.
We picked out the first two. So me and Louis went to this awesome record store that we've been to like 3 or 4 times together now. Called what is it? Recycled CD and Books. I think.
Recycled Books and Music in Denton.
Okay, yeah. It's in Denton. It's awesome store. So yeah, I got a bunch of stuff. I'm just gonna kind of go through these. I got a couple of McCoy Tyner milestones. So this one is called "Fly with the Wind," and it's I really enjoyed it. But it's McCoy Tyner with Hubert Laws, Billy Cobham, Ron Carter, and then like an orchestra basically. So lots of violins, violas, cellos. I actually really thought it was good. McCoy did the arranging on this one. So, Mike, have you heard this one?
I have not.
Yeah, it's in on the Discord. We've kind of had a little thread going about McCoy Tyner's milestone stuff. I wouldn't say it's the best record of his on milestone, but he did a bunch of them, and they're affordable. I think this was like $10. The other one I got was this one, "Songs of the New World," which I enjoyed a lot. It's kind of orchestrated too, but I think not as much as that first one. I think they left anyway. Oh, hurtful. But yeah, so I really enjoyed this one. Let's see if it says who's on here with him, really. So it's arranged by McCoy Tyner.
Is it a late one?
Let's see. No, it's 1973. Recorded in New York City in 1973. I mean, it's got a ton of people on it. I'm not gonna go through that. You can see, like, they have the listings of all the players. So it's a couple of big group McCoy Tyner records, which I like. Now I would say that my favorite McCoy Tyner on Milestone's got to be Atlantis, probably that live 2LP record. All right, up next, I've got I think 3 with Chick Corea. This one's really good. This is on Ninja. So it's him. I think this one's Eddie Gomez and Danny Richmond, and then Chick Corea. Outstanding record. Benny Wallace is kind of a monster horn player, really.
You gonna be okay?
Yeah, I just wanted my homies to be here to talk about the record, but they both left. Oh well.
You can
This
wait for him to come back.
That's all right. So this one is one of the ones Louis already had in his hand for me when I got to the record store. Bad Influence. This is Mal Waldron and Steve Lacy, Sempre Amore. Excellent record. It's not out there at all. They're playing Duke Ellington and Strayhorn tunes. Like the whole record's all dedicated to Ellington and Strayhorn standards. So there's like Prelude to Eclipse is on here. Sempre Amore obviously is on here. A bunch of just awesome.
It's got needlepoint on the cover, and you love crocheting and stuff.
Supreme Amore is a Love Supreme. So is that a rendition of the Coltrane?
No, it's a Duke Ellington tune.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh shit! Are you serious? I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Calm down.
Oh, okay.
This whole record is. I mean, it's really good. It's just him and Steve Lacy. So it's
Cool.
Piano and
I
soprano.
gotta tell you, I mean, for Ellington, I recently got that one with Johnny Hodges. I have his stuff on Pablo. I have some of his Columbia stuff, but I don't, I'm not like I don't know all the standards for sure. I mean,
Yeah. Well, I don't either. He wrote like hundreds.
Yeah.
Well, that's fair.
But I'm telling you, if you see this, pick it up. It's really good. And it reminded me a little bit of the oh god, what are the records that we all bought that Joe Harley recommended? It was Archie Shep. Was it Mal Waldron and Archie Shep, or was it somebody else? I'm trying to remember now. Shit.
I'm not totally sure, but do they credit who did the knitting on the cover?
I don't know. Probably.
Yeah.
This is Mike's grandma. Right.
It is the cover. I mean, somebody did that.
The cover's
Read it.
Yeah, I like. I that's a favorite of mine. I mean, yeah, I don't know. Those Steve Lacy and Mal Waldron, they did like a number of recordings together that are freaking excellent. And I know some. If some, I know some of them are on Hat Art that are really good. Live performances. It just, I mean, they were just they seemed to like know each other. Just it was from just playing together all those years. Because I think I probably got like close to 22 Mal Waldron and Steve Lacy.
Close to 22 exactly.
Yeah.
Probably specific. That's awesome. Yeah, I really enjoyed that one a lot. Now this one, me and Louie listened to the first side. I haven't cleaned this or listened to the rest of it yet. But Mal Waldron with Steve Lacy Quintet. This one is not Duke Ellington standards. This is a crazy ass record.
Yeah, you can tell because Mel picked up a already smoked cigarette off the sidewalk.
You got a butt off the street, dude.
Is there a progression for Steve Lacy? Because I feel like I have some of his prestige stuff, and then it's like that stuff, and then it just like goes insane. Like, was there an event that happened in his life that like
Look at him?
He did some LSD or something.
He's gonna kill the photographer. Like, I mean, something's going
What are you
on.
looking at, man? So that one's interesting. I haven't listened to that one that much yet, though.
His hair started changing colors and shit.
Now this is a badass record. This one is my favorite of all the ones I bought with you, Louis, for sure.
And the
this is
legendary
like
Master Brotherhood. Like that's
oh,
like
yeah, dude. Well, someone on I think it was on Instagram was saying that Ahmad Abdullah, who's the trumpet player on here, was really pissed off because this was supposed to be like a group project, and then after they recorded it, Steve Reed just put his name on the cover.
yeah.
So I don't know the history there, but anyway, this is like a funky free jazz record.
Can you show the record label?
Yeah, I'll show the record. This is a reissue because the originals are impossible to find. Soul Jazz out of England. Felipe showed this record last week, but Soul Jazz out of England did this reissue, so this one's red. They reissued it like 3 times.
Okay.
Yeah, just got his face on the wax there.
That's when turtlenecks fucking meant something, dude.
Yeah, just when you were a badass, you get a turtleneck. Right?
That's killer.
Like that's
Wait,
like
do you have
double
do you have the same pressing?
Yeah, that's one I showed last week. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, for me, there's a couple. So we talked about this in the Discord a little bit. Lions of Judah is the second track on here, which a lot of people I think will like. That's an Ahmad Abdullah tune. But for me, the 2 tracks that I like the most was on side 1, the third song, Free Spirits Unknown by Les Walker, who is the keyboard piano player on here. That song fucking rocks, man. And it has like this, I don't know, it's just a groove, like this 4-note phrase that kind of moves from like the saxophone to the piano to the bass player. And it's just like this fucking driving, propulsive chaos. But it's free, but it's not like squawking, with no form. Like there's a beat the whole time. It's just driving really hard. So
yeah,
that was cool. And then on side 2, Long Time Black by Ahmad Abdullah. It kind of had the same feel to it. So highly recommend.
Cool.
I'll get it for just the turtleneck alone, man.
Yeah, it's really a serious business. We streamed this on Twitch the other night, and I was joking at the end of it. I was like, I think I just threw my chair through the window. And so
If people want to find your Twitch stream, how do they find it?
it's twitch.tv/Asbums.
And also, don't you share it on the Discord? Like
Every time I go live, I put it on the Discord. Yeah.
So that's probably the best way. So like, join the Discord if you're interested, and Chris will post when he's gonna do a stream.
Speaking of sharing, are you sharing Rob's terrible internet?
Yeah, my internet sucks. I got to replace my router tomorrow. They sent me a new one. Next is this. So this is a Pure Pleasure reissue. Live in Tokyo, Charles Tolliver, Music Incorporated on Strata East.
Fuck yeah.
Huh?
Said fuck yeah.
Yeah, that's great.
All of that Tolliver Music Inc. small group shit is just the shit. He is a fucking genius on Strata East.
Yeah, he is. I mean, it's his label, right? Him and
Yeah, I feel like he's fine like elsewhere, but his Strata East stuff I feel like is I love, like, it is insanely good.
yeah. So it's Charles Tolliver on trumpet, obviously Stanley Callum piano, Clint Houston on bass, who's a monster. Dude, I didn't know who Clint Houston was. I don't think before I listened to this record. And then Clifford Barbaro on drums, but yeah, Clint Houston on bass. He sounds like Eddie Gomez. I don't know, like the craziest, fastest versions of Ron Carter at times on this. Sound quality wise, it's not the best in the world, but it's not terrible at all. It's just, a live recording.
Yeah.
If I was gonna pick though, I would get the Slugs stuff first. The 2 volumes of Slugs, Mike, that we both have.
Yep.
I would get those before this one, but yeah.
And then this one too. I would get this one here. This is a 2 LP. Hold on, let me swap in. Okay. This is also Strata East. This is 2 LP. This is him in Europe. This is
cool.
I think this is a quartet because whoever was supposed to play sax, I think, didn't show up for one reason or another.
Mhm.
I believe that's the case. So I think it's kind of unique in that sense that it's basically like him, 2 disc. It sounds incredible. This is a first pressing, but there's a reissue that I should be, somewhat affordable. But that's the first pressing. I got this from Banana Records. They listed it as VG. So, and VG for, I don't want to say how much, but so I ordered it. This thing looks perfect. Banana Records, when they say something's VG, I guess they're play grading it and maybe they heard some noise, but this is. So then I ordered another Tolliver from Banana. And
Let's not talk about them anymore, though. Everyone should forget what he just said.
And this thing is that's why I feel like I have full trust in them. They are the best graders.
Can you pronounce the album title? In the
Live at Loose Direct Jazz Festival.
What is that?
But yeah, hold on. Yeah, so the jacket's definitely not in great shape, but give me a break.
Go play the jacket.
You gotta turn this down. I mean, it's in pretty.
Turn down for what?
Beautiful.
Turn down the blankets. With some Charles Tolliver.
Anyway,
all right.
Loved Charles Tolliver on Strata East. Everything, even his big orchestra stuff with music.
Not done, bro. Not done. So Roberto, I don't know if it's back in stock. I found it at the record store with Louis. That's where I got it at.
It's Stanley Cowell's stuff on Strata East is also fucking excellent.
I haven't listened to this one yet. It's Max Roach and featuring Anthony Braxton. This on Hat. So this weekend.
Oh, Chris, you're really breaking up.
I know. I can't help it.
We couldn't even hear you.
Oh.
So, do you want to try to restart or something?
Just hit your router with.
No, whatever. Yeah, I got this one too. So can you see it?
Yeah.
Okay, that's it.
Did you listen to that?
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah, it is great. There is a new so I think we're going to interview this dude on JMI. There's a new bass player called Max Gerl, Gerl. Is that right, Felipe? Am I getting the name right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
He is coming out with a solo bass record on JMI.
It's for pre-order. You can stream it.
Yeah.
I think.
Nice.
But there's 2 more records coming out.
A must get. That is a must get. And then there's that solo baritone sax or whatever one by who's that? What's that guy's name, Mike?
James Carter.
That I need to get. I will, if that sells out before I get that, I'm gonna kill myself.
So JMI also put another record today. It's on their Instagram.
Okay. And they're getting a lot of attention. Mazzy's interviewing Berliner, and that's a cool record. That I'm not going to order that. It's not. I think it's. I streamed it. I really enjoyed it, but I'm not going to order it because, just not going to. But I do have a basket of JMI stuff that I am going to order.
It's great. Yes, I think they're going to have a great year.
Their stuff's great, and that Sasha Berliner. I should order that. Just can't get everything, and I have a basket of stuff that
do
I'm
what you want.
prioritizing above it.
No, her music is beautiful. I mentioned they also signed Muriel Grossman for this year or the next. I don't know. They will have a solo Questlove record. I think there's more Ray Angry coming. There's a lot.
Yeah.
Plum.
You know what's cool is when we interviewed Ray Angry, he said they started with Ray Angry 1. I don't know if you guys saw this, but like we asked him, we were like, why is the new box set called 3? What happened to 2? Because his first record was 1. He was saying that actually it's a full kind of series concept. Like the original pitch was, we'll do 4 records, we'll show you range. First record is going to be, I think it's like a quartet, I think it's a quintet, right? It's probably bigger than that at times, but it's kind of a smaller group. And then 3 is solo. It's a solo 3 LP box, I think.
Yeah.
It's 3 or 4 LPs.
Which is terrific.
And then 2 is going to be, what was 2? He said
It'll be a large group.
Yeah.
And then what was 4? I thought 4 was the large group.
It's a duo, right? 4 is going to be a duo, right?
Yeah, I think so. Something like that. Go watch the Ray Angry video since half you didn't watch it.
Yeah.
And
that was a fucking great. That was awesome to talk with him.
Yeah, it was.
He was cool as hell. He was probably the coolest person I've ever spoken to.
It's fair. Besides Louis, right? Louis cool.
Yeah. I like when you like make some reference, say Thelonious Monk does it. Ooh.
That was great.
Do you guys want to see my album cover
Yes. Did
Yeah,
you,
right? Yeah, go ahead.
and see how terrible it is?
did you update it already, or is it the same?
I'm
version?
designing it, and I don't know if I like
You
it.
should pay Mike $500 to design you a cover.
No, I'm not good at doing. I can't. I like the pressure. I do, but
No, he had his chance.
what I do, I do parody stuff. Louis needs originality. I don't provide that. So I'm just not going to be able to do it unless you. I mean, I guess I could think of something different, but it's going to be heavily influenced by like Reed Miles.
Yeah, no shit.
Let me download this thing so I
No,
can
when you're done with it, I got 3 more to show. Can y'all hear me? Am I audible?
barely.
Really?
No, it's fine now.
Okay. It's another great Benny Wallace record, 14 Bar Blues with Eddie Gomez and Eddie Moore on drums. You gotta get these, Mike.
Dude, your internet sucks.
Yeah, figure it out.
It's painful to even like watch.
Fuck it, I give up.
No, what? Just show it.
No, show it.
Restart? Can't you restart?
What is restarting going to do? My internet connection is fucked.
I don't know. I used to restart, and usually it gets back to a certain level and then deteriorates.
Yeah. Anyway,
Give it a shot. I mean, it's getting so bad at this point.
it's fine.
Is it because of your governor?
What were you gonna say?
It's probably he's
Yeah, you
he's
can't
a
watch any
fucking
porn.
dickhead. I wouldn't be surprised at all.
I'm just joking. We're
Yeah.
just
You know what? I'm
kidding.
going to go to my phone. That worked last week. I'm going to try to go to my phone.
Oh man. Ah.
It's tough.
John Bandy and the Hizzle.
Hard
What do we
time.
got here? What's John saying?
I think this looks too much like Van.
Oh,
Halen.
He's talking with people.
Yeah, update. I think Plum is going to be late next month.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I pre-ordered that.
All right, let's see.
That was a big. How much was that? I'll tell you how much I paid. Plum.
150.
Woo!
Shipping and tax.
Yeah, it was big. Expensive.
Yeah.
I mean, it's 3 records, so you're paying for 3
Mhm.
records. Or 4. Is it 3 or 4?
It's 4.
It might be
4.
4. Yeah. And also, this thing is a must get,
Let's
in
get
my opinion. This is probably going to be the best release of the year, potential on vinyl. I know it's been released.
a lot of hyperbole coming from
Yes. Yeah. No, I think yeah.
No, I think objectively, this is definitely going to be a top release. It may not be if it's not the best.
Objectively,
It's
definitely.
literally like it is like a must get for sure.
Okay, one of the great records of the year came out today. Actually, is from this British sax player, Sid Schwartz. Wrote a big piece on her today, and I also pre-ordered the record. It's an international anthem. It's from Cassie Kinoshi. People who know British jazz know her really well. She's like a super uber player there. She writes concerts, ballets, jazz. It's a fantastic album. Fantastic album. It came out today on the International Anthem. Cassie Kinoshi.
Felipe, Jeffrey's asking if you've ever been to the gigantic flea market.
Not the flea market. I would go to the store, Jeffrey. To the stores. Too much. I know Lakeland is famous for flea markets. There, it's huge.
I streamed that record, Felipe. I
Uh,
think you were referencing that's coming out.
mhm.
Anyway, Felipe sends me so much stuff that honestly it's hard for me to keep up with everything he sends me.
Yeah, but
I think I streamed that record, and I'm pretty sure.
Anybody need Diet Coke?
I did think it was pretty great.
I'm going to put a link here for you guys to check on Bandcamp. You can order from Dusty Groove. There's a smoke yellow version, and there is a black version.
Yep.
But she's pretty good. She's a phenomenon there, man. And she's young and then, writing big stuff. She's quite popular in Europe.
Yep. Cool.
And I was surprised with the quality of the music. And International Anthem, I mean, they put so much great stuff in there.
Yep.
I'm going to put a link here to the record.
Yeah, everybody should check it out.
Yeah, it's a beautiful. You can buy on Bandcamp and support as well.
Yep.
Yeah. And the Hutchinson record, right, is coming. I think early April as well.
Yeah.
The Shabaka, that I pre-ordered. We're eagerly waiting for the Shabaka Hutchinson record. Although he changed a little bit, he's going more flute on this one, right, Mike?
Right, that's what I heard. Yeah.
You want to roast my album cover? I have it presented. You just have to.
All right, let's do it. Here we go. It's a shame that Chris isn't here.
Oh, where'd he go?
His internet sucks. Do you want to wait? See, maybe he comes back.
Oh,
Let's give him. If you're not in a rush, let's give him 5 minutes.
35 minutes. That should be fine.
All right, I got something we can talk about.
I want to know what Felipe's eating.
Oh,
Whether or not he brought enough for everyone.
Maybe.
Where's one?
oh shit!
He's
Oh,
eating.
there you go.
Guinness.
All right, well here we go. So hold on. This is news this week. I think this was leaked earlier, but I think it's official this week that the classic series is going to be a new jazz, which is extremely exciting. It is Oliver Nelson with Eric Dolphy straight ahead. It's I listened to it earlier today. I actually listened to it before I listened to the Joe Henderson. I have I don't have it here. Well, anyway, I have the OJC. I have an OJC of it, and even that's pretty hard to get. And I think it's not like it's like a. I suspect I probably like Blues in the Abstract Truth more, but I would need to revisit that. But this is at that level. Like, this is really good. Not every track is like insanely strong, but they're all really strong, interesting tracks. And even when like it doesn't sound perfect, like you are okay with it. Like you're like, okay, whatever. Like, it's amazing. I don't care if if I didn't follow you down that path or whatever. But anyway, this is a great title. I'm not going to get it, of course, because I already have the OJC and it sounds awesome. But this one is really hard to get in any pressing. So this is a great pick, I feel like, by them. And it's Dolphy, which there's only so much. Dolphy died in what, 64 or something like that? 65?
I think 64.
There's not much by him. So like getting his stuff, like this stuff is, I feel like, easier to get into because Oliver Nelson is there, and he's kind of like he reins Dolphy in for sure, like without a doubt on these arrangements. But like he's still Eric Dolphy, so he's gonna do his thing. And I feel like it's honestly like a really great coupling. So it's a great record. Again, like this is one where you go like track by track, and honestly, when you get deeper into it, there's so much reward. It's so good. It's insanely good. And then it kind of goes, and then it kind of, again, like just like the Joe Henderson, it kind of like brings you in and then takes you out. But like it's pretty. I would definitely get this if I didn't have it.
Chris, it's time for an eyeball check too.
yeah,
I mean, you're doing one of these like I just got my eyes checked too.
I need to get my eyes checked. Why am I big?
We're talking Dolphy.
Probably because
Any
it's something
opinions?
you did.
Hmm.
Here's my take. I'm not buying. I don't have it. I'm not buying.
Not buying it.
What are we not buying?
Felipe
the-
and we
the
are not
Dolph-
buying this?
No, why should I? Just because everybody says I have to?
No.
But I know it's I know it's good.
Everybody.
But
I just fucking spoke for 10 minutes about how it's great.
I
You should
heard
buy
I heard what you said. Here's my thinking. I know it's great, but I'm not like crazy for Oliver Nelson, and I have like killer Eric Dolphy stuff. I just don't have room. I'm kind of being very conscious about my space. Just that.
I think,
Felipe only
I
buys
think
CDs now.
I would say New Jazz. You should get everything you can from New Jazz.
Hmm.
If you don't have this, you should definitely get it. Period.
Yeah, I have some new jazz. I have some Dizzy Reese,
know.
Wall drums, some Curtis Fuller. That's fine.
I just think it's
Mike, dare him to.
No, I'm not saying. I'm not saying. I'm not
anybody
saying
can collect how they want to. I mean, Mike took me down because I didn't get the fucking whatever record. What was it? The Wayne Shorter Night Dreamer. So I'm in your boat, Felipe.
no, it's not that. No, Robert. I'm not passing on recommendations. Just that I thought about it. I seen this like last week. I was.
No, I
thinking,
agree.
I was
I
like,
would say that's fine. This
it's not
I feel like
fundamental.
I was
Not
kind of against you.
fundamental. Huh?
It's a great record. I really enjoyed it. I think you will enjoy it if you had it. But I in terms of Muscat, I feel like if you have Blues in the Abstract Truth,
Yeah.
this is in that line, and that's. I mean, it's a totally different session. But like,
Make me
Yeah.
big so I can show my last 3 records.
so you don't
You
have
hear
to.
me now?
You wanna.
You don't hear me?
Mhm.
Mike, make me big.
I know. No, but I'm serious. I mean, I'm being very space conscious. If it's not something that I'm going to listen to all the time, I'm not going to buy it.
I just love that old stuff, man.
All right. So can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So this is another Benny Wallace that I got. 14 Bar Blues with Eddie Gomez and Eddie Moore. This wasn't a show when my
Oh, that's cool.
internet gave out on me. Yeah. Really cool record. Benny Wallace plays just crazy on this, like a bunch of outside sounding stuff. So it's not just blues, but it's blues based, which is cool. And then the next one was this other Benny Wallace with Eddie Gomez and Danny Richmond live at the Public Theater. That was really good. On Ninja as well. And then finally, one of my favorite records I picked up was kind of a bad cover. This is Enrico Rava, Around the World in 80 Days, I guess. This was really cool, though. There's the...
No, it's actually around the day in 80 worlds. That's how it's called.
Oh, sweet. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Somebody on the Twitch translated it for me, so they're cursed now.
Mhm.
Anyway, there's a guy named Bruce Johnson on here who plays guitar. It's fucking awesome. But this is kind of a mix of free jazz and not, basically, I guess. It's on Black Saint.
Oh, beautiful.
Yeah. It's a really good record.
I fucking love the Black Saint label.
Kind of paid up for that one too. It was like
They're
$25.
just- Yeah, Black Saint's really cool.
Hmm.
You
Speaking
guys
of
see,
Black
okay, so hold on. Let me show you guys this. So I group by label. So obviously everybody knows what this is. This is Impulse. This is probably the most identifiable spine thing that you can get. But do you see below it? You see that?
No.
That's a rainbow spine, and there's a bunch of them. That's all Black Saint and Soul Note.
Oh, sweet.
That's if you line up your Black Saint and Soul Note, they have
Mhm.
cool spines. So like,
Yeah.
Anyway,
I
I
don't
have like
know.
6 of them.
Yeah, I don't know if I showed this Black Sand I bought a couple of weeks ago. It's a live record. Sounds amazing, and then it's a live record. It's New Air
oh, very nice.
live at the Montreal
That's the
International Jazz
traditional.
Festival.
Who's on that? Oh, New Air. So maybe it's a different trio.
It's New Air. No, it's a different lineup.
All right, who's on it?
Yeah, it's Henry Treadgill, Fred Hopkins, and Hiram Akloff.
Is that new?
No, that's 84
Yeah.
Black Saint.
Do you guys get that new Threadgill? Do you got? I know Mike got it.
Yeah, I have it.
I'm getting. I have the volume 1, so I felt like I want volume 2. And they're such limited pressings that I feel like they're just got to get them.
Yeah, I mean, I originally had it. I bought it back when it came out on CD.
Yeah.
But but I still bought the album. So.
So what else?
Where did he go?
Let's see where.
I don't know. Who? Mike left.
Mike? No, he's taking a deep dive into his shelves.
No fools. Sorry, I decided so. I keep my new records, like new jazz records. I used to have them in my front cabinet, but they were never visible because my front cabinet closes. So I feel like I pay most attention to what's behind me here, and then my front cabinet has like all the audiophile stuff. It looks really nice, out in the living room, and I like that stuff. But like I feel like I really am more focused on this stuff. And anyway, I decided my new stuff and put it behind me so it's more top of mind. So I just don't know where anything is. Anyway, I feel like this is a killer record. So this is Henry Threadgill, Zuid.
Mm-hmm.
So I think this is considered volume 1, and it's in for a penny, in for a pound. And he put out like a biography. Felipe, didn't you pick up like something with a very similar cover?
Yeah, the biography. I think it's probably from the same photo session.
Yes, same photo.
And I think a biography is like sold out now. So anyway.
Really?
I think so. I was looking to get it, and I went to Pi, and it was sold out. So
it's one of the best music autobiographies I've ever read. I mean, it's so candid, so true, and
that's Threadgill. So Felipe showed Air, which that's his trio.
No, this is New Air. New Air was not the original Air.
But anyway, I don't like all of his stuff, honestly. There are some records I'm not too into, but he also does all this. It's kind of weird because he does all this really crazy free jazz stuff, and then he also does like very bluesy stuff at the same time, which I guess isn't really surprising. But I think for the time period, I don't, to see somebody who like plays two separate genres like that, or subgenres, I feel like is different. So anyway,
New originals. That's funny.
But anyway, so they put out volume 2 of this.
So when he was younger, he was going to a music school, and his personal teacher was the same one that was teaching Anthony Braxton.
So there's the label. It's on Pi,
Mm-hmm.
and I have a Tyson Shorey on Pi too.
Yeah, I mean, most of his I don't know how long it's been since since probably Pi's existence.
Pi's a really cool label.
There's been recording for them.
But most Pi stuff is CD, isn't it?
Yeah.
Or digital?
Yeah, CD most there, because remember, no, they announced it, but even like the new one, this right, well, it's the Threadgill. This is they came out on CD back in 2008, 2009, I believe.
Yeah.
Or 2009, 2010, but yeah, this was done on Pi, on CD, and so what? Now they're just putting it out on vinyl for a limited time.
Yeah, I ordered a copy. I think there's only 500 pressed or something like that, so, which is probably plenty for everyone who wants it.
Yeah, I mean, it's funny. It was the one you held up. That was in stock on Bandcamp for quite a while.
Yeah,
and then it didn't, and they didn't make. I forgot how many copies of that they made.
I ordered mine on Discogs for, I think it was like basically the going rate, like the MSRP or whatever you pay on Bandcamp, and it was the last one. So I was pretty fortunate. But yeah.
And the guy from the label, because Henry Theckel is performing at Big Ears
Okay.
in Knoxville, Tennessee. So they took a bunch of the copies down there, I guess to sell.
I took Mike's copy down there to sell.
All right. I got some stuff for Louis. I've shown this before, but I feel like since we're talking Threadgill.
You didn't want to see my album cover, did you?
I do.
Fuck.
Yeah, let's do it.
You forgot about me.
I got mad because my internet was.
All right, let's
nuts,
see it.
So.
Let's see it.
Hold on, I gotta download it.
Did you see what I
Not to
sent?
download it. I just saw you showing it with your
Louis,
screen.
did you get what I sent
just
you?
had
I
to add
changed
it to the thing.
Yeah, I hate seeing pictures of myself, so what you sent me was absolutely terrible.
Well, good. I'm glad that's going to feed into your creative process then.
Yes. You guys are gonna hate this.
I already saw it in the thing. You just
You don't know
share your
anything
screen, bro.
about anything.
I do too. Everything's like an inch tall on my phone, though, so it won't really matter. I can't figure out how to make this thing full screen. Piece of crap.
You guys and your technology.
Dude, I got an iPhone 10.
You kids and your technologies.
All right, we have some
Okay.
feedback. So initial feedback is I hate it already.
Oh
what?
yeah, for
What's
sure.
that?
Oh, I can't wait to see what Notes and Tones thinks of it. Hold on, let me find
What is it? Why me?
Because you're never super critical of anything.
That's not true. Have you? It's super critical of Jazz Bum's mic.
No, I know that's the point.
Oh, okay.
Louis' album will have Duke Pearson's.
It's just that, like, on his eye.
That would be, oh my God, that would be amazing.
I don't know if I like the blue border or not. Just whenever you're ready, I can't control the screen.
Oh, I'm sorry. Jeez.
Like, what planet are we on?
All right, let's see. All right, so we're in
Heart of the world.
graphic design. We have a blue and an orange here. We have it going.
You don't have to go through the finer points of it. You can just see it. It's fine.
Is the Van Halen guitar?
Is it too much of that, you think?
Who made this? Who made this?
I did.
Yeah, it's great.
I think that'll look better. Can I give you one
You can
recommendation?
say whatever you want. You can say it's shit if you want.
No, I think it's fine. I actually really like it. I honestly feel like this design is fine, absolutely fine. It's just a matter of tweaking things. I would like you can play around with colors, like maybe you.
No, the colors are in.
All right, that's fine. But I would say I don't like how this line is above heart and the. I would put that behind it. You need to put the statement up front. I wouldn't put any line through that. And I don't know if that is intentional, but I feel like
it is. I don't know. Yeah, I see what you're
I think
saying.
it'll look better with if you. I guarantee if you put that font forward, you won't want to put it back again.
Yeah, I agree.
I worry more about what Felipe said. Is it too Van Halen?
No, it's great.
Go
I like it.
Go back to it. Oh, is that me?
You like Van Halen?
You
I lost
took me out of it. Hold on.
We got to pull it up.
Whether or not I like Van Halen is completely not the point. It cannot be to Van Halen.
Well, now I can't see that. I can't see any.
No,
of that
I'm
line in front
honestly,
of the font.
I'm not worried about that. What I would do, I don't like how there's a glow around the font. I feel like that looks real, like whatever program you used. I feel like it just.
Well, I'm thinking it. I'm seeing it on print. I'm not seeing. You know what I mean?
I wouldn't do glow on the font, and I wouldn't cross out heart and the. And I think I would play around with the colors a little bit more. And I think honestly, everything else is perfect.
Yeah,
So
that's good.
I'm going to do exactly the opposite of what you said.
Okay.
Why'd you ask?
Increase.
No, because I wanted to hear what he would say so that I knew what to keep.
So that would be my, if I were designing this and I design things and like all the time for the channel, that I guarantee I would play around with that and I'd probably find something I like better.
Yeah. All right.
I think this should be your cover.
Yeah, for sure.
Did it even play?
But anyway, Louis, I think it's almost there. I think it's almost there.
Yeah, it looks good.
I think the Van Halen stuff, honestly, there's just I wouldn't
don't
worry
see
about
that.
that. I think Felipe
No.
is just obsessed with classic rock. or whatever the hell that is.
Well, like
I didn't think about that at all.
you gotta be
honestly.
real careful about that shit.
Because of
Whatever.
his guitar color, give me a break. That you're
No, because I see exactly what he's talking about. You know what I'm saying? Like
All right,
I just,
fine. You know what? Scrap the whole fucking thing.
yeah.
Can you
let's-
show it again? Hold on. Show it one more time. I have one more piece of it for you.
Hold
He
on.
just wanted you to say it looks cool, and he was going to quit showing it. Now you're hurting him.
No, I do have one more piece of advice, and I think it actually might help solve this problem.
Well, no, I totally disagree with
No, I'm
everything
serious.
that you said. So
Okay. Well, I'm totally right. But can you show it again?
yeah, dude, hold on.
This is the magnum opus. This is what would be the. I'd finally finish it and send it to the guys. All right, where's it at? Okay.
Hold on, I gotta make
So I
it.
would do exactly what I said. So we all said we need to fix the font. We take away
No, we did not say all. You said
this is what I would do. So I don't want to reiterate that, but I think the final thing you do, you see how this blue strip here is right into the corner.
yeah. You think it's
That-
two
that's
290?
neat. That's too neat. You gotta go off. It could literally be off like just a smidge, but it's got to
I
be off.
think I'm gonna take out that whole middle stripe.
Mhm.
No tones. No.
Nah, I no.
No?
I like the blue. I like that. You know, that
Okay.
blue.
Maybe just rotate it just like a little bit. Like you can bring this up and then this
Here,
down.
hold on a
Just
second.
across.
I got something for this. This is gonna be a lot better. Hold on. Here we go. Okay. Let me see here. Window. There.
No, I'm not.
Try sharing that. Try sharing.
If I ever spoke like this in a meeting,
Share what I have in there now.
I am not. My job is not
Mike,
creative.
focus. Focus.
Sorry. This.
Yeah, because now you say this is too neat.
Okay. No. Hold on. Go back to where it was. Go back to where it was.
Right there. Was
Nope.
it there?
No.
Was it there?
Control Z.
Was it there?
Okay. Just go back
That's
to
it.
kind of where it was. Control Z that.
I'm
That's
just
it.
fucking with you.
All right. Hold on. All right. So what I would do, so we're in Canva. Okay. So you see the rotation? No, go back over that piece, and you see the rotation there.
Yep.
Just rotate it just a little bit. There. Boom. That's it.
Yeah, I like that. Is it a problem that these are parallel now?
No,
Yeah, that's
They're
good. I
not,
like.
though.
they're not true. They're not perfectly parallel anyway.
Yeah,
I would definitely change the font. Bring heart. Don't even take it. Don't worry about the
I'll
sunlight
put this
thing that you
back.
got going on there.
Hey, chill.
Just bring it forward. Just bring that forward.
Hold on. I'm looking. I'm like looking at the wrong thing here. Hold on. Layer.
You got it.
Send backward.
No. Oh, you're putting that backwards. Okay. That's what I would do. Bare
Yeah,
minimum,
good.
that's what I would do.
Bare minimum.
What's the name of the? Which one is the name of the band?
Sharon is Karen. Of course.
Yeah, I mean
Yeah.
that's fine. That's
I
fine.
need a big picture of waxed right
That
in
looks
the
good. I feel like that looks good. Honestly, I really like that actually. Is the glow in Heart of
Yeah.
the World different than Sharon is Karen? Is that
No, it just looks that way because the size of the font.
okay? All right, that's fine. But yeah,
But I
I think it's good. And you should
Here-
probably put
Here's what it looks like without.
in real
winning.
small font, just in the bottom right. Just put Jazz Bums Inc.
Yeah, that'd be good.
See how it looks with just
There we
crisp
go.
like that?
What?
See how it's crisp? I took the glow out. I don't think that's
Okay,
good.
all right, yeah. Hold on. Click off the Sharon is Karen because that's fucking me up. All right, let me see this. Okay, now go back to the other one.
I think y'all should have like your own private call for this now at this point.
All right, we'll be finished. I just want to see what it looks like. Yeah,
Yes.
I mean, you can just hit backwards. You don't have to
I like
redo
it.
the treatment. Okay.
Okay, can I drop 2 cents?
Yeah,
Yes,
please.
get in here.
Okay, I think 11 has a good good comment. This is not an album I buy. I mean, the color combination is not attractive to me, Louis. Okay.
Yeah.
And it doesn't tell me what kind of music I was supposed to expect.
Both of those
No.
things are deliberate.
Yeah,
Hmm.
but you know,
I would,
you know what
yeah.
I mean?
You know what I would do? I agree. I would say I think the design is fine. I think the way that it's like the angles, I think are fine. I think that there might be better, like dual treatment palettes or whatever you want to call it. And I would also change. I would play around with the font a little bit, like the
Yeah.
like even the
You don't
logo-
like the font?
No. The font might be fine, but like okay. So do
Size
this.
position.
Okay, so do this. All right, this is what I'm talking about. Go to Heart of the World. Make it one line. Make it one line.
Is that better?
No. Go to Heart of the World.
Yeah.
Okay, make it one line. Actually, hold on. Before you do anything, go back. Go back. Okay, go up and hit copy. Hit duplicate at the top. We're gonna keep this as is. All right, hit that.
You just want me to copy
Yeah,
Heart?
hit that. What the fuck?
What do you want me to do? Just tell me what to do. I know how to do it.
No, I wanted you to duplicate the entire thing so we could just have this. All right, anyway, okay, so delete Heart of the World. What I wanted you to do was make Heart of the World all on one line. Okay, check this out. Okay, now let's shrink it down, make it small.
Decrease the font.
Yeah.
Yeah, make it way small. Go small. Okay, that's fine. All right, you see how you have a triangle on your right side?
Yeah.
All right, try to angle Heart of the World with that parallel, like that 45, and just even make it smaller, and just put Heart of the World and just put it along. No. Go up, left. This triangle.
That one?
Yeah, but the top one there, make this 45 and just put that in there and just put Heart of the World there. Like that's kind of more fun. Like it kind of has like a place in the object.
Mm-hmm.
But spin it.
Oh, I see what you mean.
Put it align. No, the other way.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, this is what I'm saying. Like you should play around with the placement of that. Like you should put that all around and see what looks best. You have a ton of spots where you could put that. You should just try them all.
Yeah.
Which one you think is best?
Yeah, I'm gonna change it to papyrus. Here it
No,
is.
it makes sense, Mike. And also putting it more
Closer
closer towards the center of
yeah.
the image. Like heart is the center, right?
Yeah.
Not the side.
I can't get the. It's
that's
not,
cool.
It's not getting
Yeah,
me.
we've lost
budget
30
file
people
and
since
Loki.
this started. It's the worst.
Sorry.
Well, anyway, okay, we're getting out of here. Louis, you're done. That's enough. That's enough.
Yeah.
Frankly, Louis, everybody's sick of your album cover.
I guess.
So next time you show it, fix it.
Better be
All right.
obvious that it's a grind.
Everybody, what did they say in Billy Madison, is a little stupider for watching what just happened. All right. That was a joke.
Agreed.
Okay.
That's funny.
All right, I have something I could show. Chris, are we going to do the Dexter Gordon discography?
I'm down, dude. Fuck it. Yeah.
Yeah, but you're okay. Are you good on your phone?
I got to work on Monday morning. Okay.
Yeah. I got a charger plugged in. Yeah.
All right, I got something. I only listened to it once, so I am unqualified by all definitions to give an opinion. But I did want to show this. I think a few of us picked this up.
Oh yeah.
This is the new Mesthetics and James Brandon Lewis record. So they've collaborated on Eye of I and probably other stuff to some degree. I think Felipe, you were saying they're both DC. They're all DC guys.
Yes. I mean, not DC James Brandon Lewis, but he went to Howard.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
He went to Howard.
The Aesthetics are DC guys. From Fugazi, the whole thing.
So this came out, and I got to listen to it again. I felt like it was like the Eye of I. I felt I was texting this to Mike, but I was saying Eye of I felt like it was a James Brandon Lewis led record, which it is. And then this, like the first name is the Mesthetics. This feels like a Mesthetics like led record, which means it's way more rock, like straight ahead rock type stuff, which to me can be like kind of a little boring, but I think it's fine. But I don't know. I thought, I didn't think this was my favorite James Brandon Lewis, although I feel like it's still worth getting. Anyway, I'm not doing great on the recommendations tonight, guys. What do you guys?
No, it worked for me. I mean, I didn't go into it thinking it was, it was going to be like James Brandon Lewis's collaboration with I believe the guitarist on there.
Yeah.
I didn't think it was going to be like their collaboration on his James Brandon Lewis's recording No Filter.
Mhm.
I knew it was going to be different. So
Yeah.
it
sounds like a group effort to me. What do you think?
yeah. I just think they're working in each other, in each other's ballpark, and they figured out how to make that work.
Mhm.
Yeah, I think it's. Yeah, I'm sorry, Felipe, jump in.
No, just agreeing. I think that's it. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah, I
very
think-
cohesive.
Yeah, James Brandon Lewis is probably my favorite modern jazz player.
Mhm.
I think his stuff is so incredibly good.
I think so too.
Like all his records, like that's why I was honestly like I was kind of disappointed in this one. I still think people should get it, but like Jessup Wagon, Eye of I, and what's the new one? This one's for Mahalia,
For Mahalia with Love.
No, there's a newer one who just came
Yeah.
out.
and yeah. Anyway,
Not
they're
on
like
vinyl, not on vinyl. So people just-
insanely good. I think he's tapping into something I've never even heard before. He's like incredible. Like I have nothing but praise for him. I think he's a genius.
You talking about me when I was gone, or what?
Yeah,
Are we gonna do Dexter Gordon? Oh,
oh God, we can. I mean, I'm excited for it, but it seems like
Yeah.
everybody hates when we do this.
Oh, the wiki
Yeah.
thing?
it's our stream. Who's a fuck?
No, it's just something so we can walk through. Like, what are we gonna just remember his discography? Like, we need a reference.
Yeah,
that's
exactly.
the,
When you
that's
have-
the
Wait,
latest
you
one.
want me to
Transfiguration.
basically, and if I built anything, it would just
Yeah,
be
like
based on freaking Wikipedia anyway.
Yeah.
Anyway, we don't have to jump into it just yet, but it's
Yeah,
happening.
Transfiguration. That's his last one.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I need that.
And Chet Taylor. You know who Chet Taylor is? The
Chet
drummer?
Taylor.
Chet Taylor. He's the same guy. He's from Live, the '90s band.
What was
wow.
that song they sang?
That's cool.
What was their song? How'd it go, Felipe? Can you sing the song for us, or Louis?
On this record here.
No, the big hit Live had back in the
Oh, they
90s.
play a bunch like Mirror Song, Pale Eyes on the Riverside, Operation Spirit, Selling the Drama, right? All this stuff.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
What was their big record? Throwing pennies from heaven or
Throwing
something?
Copper.
Yeah.
Live? Are we talking about live?
Yeah, Live. Yeah.
I hated
They
that.
played
band.
that. I liked the band until they played those songs like 17,000.
Oh my God, that's
On the
what
Edge,
that's what I
back in the day.
meant.
Holy shit, man! Yeah, those are some good tunes. I just took another gummy, so now we have to go through Dexter Gordon.
You just took a handful of gummies. Is that what you said?
Yeah,
All right, hold on.
a fistful of gummies.
I don't think I actually did. I show this when I actually
I don't
spoke
know.
about it. 'Cause I don't think we went over the lineup. So
Oh,
it's Oliver Nelson, alto sax, tenor sax, and clarinet. Eric Dolphy, alto, bass clarinet, and flute. Richard Wyans on piano, who I'm not familiar with. George DeVivier on bass, and Roy Haynes on drums. So it's a quintet. I think it's pretty good. I think it's worth getting. I would
is that
say
the one that's getting reissued? Because I missed that conversation.
by VMP. I feel like I'm pretty
Yeah.
selective with my like OJC and VMP picks, but I think this one is. I think it's pretty good. I think it's worth getting.
Yeah, I'm gonna get that. Is that a classics? Is that in the series, or are they just repressing it?
VMP. Yeah, it's the month.
Oh, it's
Classic.
a month.
Classic
Oh,
thing.
okay, cool.
So I showed this like 3 weeks ago. This is jam session number 1, and we did a deep dive into it, and the lineup is just extraordinary. This is number 2 on Clef that also came in, and these are Mercury covers because this was first pressed on Mercury, so this is a second press on Clef. This again, I don't know if you remember. I weighed the previous one; it was 280 grams. This one feels even
Good
heavier.
lord.
Yeah, these are like insane records.
Bogs down the motor.
Nicole, we're gonna shoot a video tomorrow that I'm gonna edit
Yeah.
and post
You-
tomorrow for
yeah.
the classic series.
Yeah.
You can definitely serve your pizzas on this one.
But
Yes.
the thing is so jam session 1, it's 2 tracks. It's 1 track on side A, 1 track on side B, and it's jam sessions. And then there's tons of people, tons of the most incredible players solo, like the early guys. All the great ones are on this, except for like Ellington. And then this is just the same session, but it's 2 more tracks. So this is number 2. So I would say if you're going to get any of these jam sessions, I think there's like 9 of them.
Mhm.
These first 2, because Charlie Parker's on them, and
Yeah.
I think they are just they're incredible.
So what? I'm sorry. Those are on Clef.
They're originally
that?
on Mercury, but then Clef, and then it changed to Clef, so they just put a sticker over the Mercury and they changed the labels. But these are like early recordings, but they sound so good. I feel
Are
like
they live or are they just
no,
studio
no,
sessions?
they're studio sessions.
Okay.
But like the lineup is, let me see. what it
So
says here.
Norman
So
Granz,
the rhythm-
Norman
the rhythm-
Granz was involved with those.
So the rhythm section is Barney Kessel guitar, Charlie Shavers on piano, Ray Brown on bass, J.C. Hurd drums, with Charlie Parker, Oscar Peterson, Johnny Hodges, Ben Webster, Benny Carter,
Damn.
Flip Wilson's. Anyway, it actually doesn't attribute the instruments, so I feel like I messed up something because if Oscar Peterson's on this, I don't know who's playing.
Didn't Charlie Shavers a trumpet player?
Okay, yeah, he's probably trumpet. So, yeah, he is. I think I'm pretty sure. But anyway, these are really cool. These are early '50s, and I think everybody should have them.
Does it say who produced them?
Norman Granz.
Okay, that's what I thought. Yeah.
Yeah, Norman Granz.
Have you ever
is-
gotten into the jazz at the Philharmonic records at all?
Well, that's what these are, but instead of live, it's the same thing. It's just he took the guys and put them in the
Oh.
studio. That's what this
Sweet.
is. Yeah, so
Nice.
this is like that's why I mean like it's like the best guys
Yeah.
doing it. It's really worth checking out. And it honestly, it's surprising that like these aren't like more well known in my opinion. Like Jazz at Massey Hall, I guess, is kind of well known, but other
Yeah.
than that, like I don't know, people don't really have
Oh,
too
it
much.
is live.
These are
Yeah.
the ones to get,
It's cool.
I guess. I don't know. Get what you want.
Yeah.
I think they're awesome, honestly. Like the fucking solos are just so perfect. They're just so simple and enjoyable. They just everything about it is like just great. The style is unparalleled. People like that's why the music has to move, because I just feel like you can't continue to have greatness in like that style for too long. Just like when hard bop comes on, like there's a certain sweet spot for me, and then it moves on, because like you can't just keep doing the same thing and expecting that result. It just won't happen. I'm gonna stop talking now.
What do you mean? Why are you stop talking?
Anyway, because I don't know, I'm just totally bullshitting. I have no evidence for any of what I'm saying. That's why. But this is
Well,
what
I'm
I do.
gonna call Dan. I'm gonna tell Dan what you've done now, and he's gonna make a video response about this.
Are you guys going to give Wax some demerits for not doing his homework?
What's his homework?
The Joe Henderson thing.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's getting demerits.
He has to wear the dunce cap.
Mhm.
He already wears it every day, man.
All right. I have more records to show.
I'm going to go eat.
No. All right. Hold on.
What are you gonna eat though? What are you gonna eat? What's the plan?
I'm going to eat like 350 calories of blueberries, raspberries, and blackberries, which is like an
a
obscene
shit
amount
ton,
of
dude.
those things.
Yeah. It's like 8 or 10 cups.
And I'm going to love every minute of it.
Just put some
That's-
yogurt with them.
All right. So I think with Rob, I think he does listen to his records.
Yeah, he does. Yeah.
I think he is developing reference points. I mean, the man is moving in terms of like, I feel like his knowledge of like records and is pretty incredible at this point. I feel like he listens to everything because he wants to know. Is he doing deep listens and listening to full sides? I don't know, but he's definitely listening. He understands each track and he carves out time every day to listen to records. So he's definitely listening to a lot, if not everything he's buying.
We should observe him like at the zoo. So we
Do
can
a study,
study his habits.
Yes.
Follow him around, see what he eats.
That's what we're doing, Louis. We're not being explicit about it.
Yeah. I want to see the stacks of fucking records. I'll bet it's insane.
Does it though, Nicole? Does it?
What is impressive though, like what makes it feel small is whenever you ask him for a record, he knows he could like go find it.
Yeah.
Like he knows where everything is, which I know where everything is in my collection too, but it's just
I wonder if hoarders know where that plastic spork from 1982 is.
Oh yeah.
All right, I'm gonna go eat.
All right, Louis.
Thanks, guys.
Have some good fruit.
See you, Louis.
Later, man.
All right, we're one step closer to Dexter Gordon.
You don't have to do the whole thing. We can just do it in pieces.
That's true. I got two things I want to quickly show. This isn't my favorite Billie Holiday, but this is an OG stereo that I found at an antique mall for nothing, and it's in incredible condition. And it's a stereo, and apparently they only had one
Make
pressing.
yourself big so we can see it.
Oh.
I can't do it on my phone.
Here we go. And it is really good.
Oh, nice.
No, it's excellent. But like, I don't know. It's just, it's orchestrated music that's slow. So, I mean, there's nothing wrong with it.
Well, I mean, all the themes are very depressing. She was at the end of her life. It's a horrible time for her.
So, like, it is absolutely a gorgeous. Like, I mean, look at that. Can you see the deep groove?
Yeah.
Anyway, it's just beautiful. It's a beautiful record.
I saw a couple of hairlines here on my phone. I don't know. It looks kind of sketchy. The record's like a half-inch tall on the screen.
Even the jacket. I mean, look at this jacket. It was just, I couldn't believe that this was just there.
Is it a Scorpio? It looks too nice to be.
Yeah, I mean, it's not. It's a good good Billie Holiday. As the years have gone by, it's I always think of it somewhat overrated. I think people are more, especially with that record, attracted to the myth of Billie Holiday. It's her last record,
and it is a great cover. I mean, look at that.
The Verve stuff is so much better. As a representation of late Billie Holiday, what you could, I mean, you're calling, someone that died very young, late career Billie Holiday.
Yeah, I like her.
So, Mike, people in the comments. Good.
Yeah. What's up?
So people in the comments think you might have a classic records version of that because they did a deep groove on it.
Oh, no, it's not. That's how good it looks, though. It's not in person. It's not that good. Trust me, it's not a classic.
Okay.
It's not. No, it's a great pressing, and it sounds really good. I mean, I don't know. It's just the thing is, like Mike was saying, it's like I kind of like that lo-fi early Billie Holiday stuff.
Fair.
It's just like there is. That's just what the best recordings were, and they are what they are. And
she had some of the best players on her band, right?
Yep.
Yeah, she had who did she play with that she was involved with? What was his name? Which one? It wasn't one of the tenor players, didn't she?
I mean, she played with Lester Young forever.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, yeah, I guess Lester Young. But yeah, no, they didn't have a relationship. Okay. Anyway, Mike, stop judging me.
Well, no. Actually, I'm sort of somewhere else actually. Think
Are you following the Knicks? Are the Knicks doing well?
I don't know. No, it's the tournament.
Oh, right.
College,
Oh,
and then you know,
I see.
and this whole college thing too. So it's a lot going on.
Okay. All right. All right. Well, focus, because we have something here.
Okay.
We have this Soul Note. This is Lee Konitz, and you guys have been saying Lee Konitz's later stuff is better than his earlier stuff.
I don't know about
And well, maybe I'm exaggerating,
I'd be probably one of the people that would say that.
but like, I feel like that's also the case with like Art Pepper too. And it's just interesting. I wonder if, like, I feel like I might be trying to fit him into that Art Pepper paradigm, but this is who's on this. So Rufus Reed on bass, Harold Donko. I don't know who Harold Donko is.
He's pianist. He's got a lot of really excellent recordings on steeplechase. I think he taught at the Eastman School of Music for years. I think he's retired from there now.
Okay.
Did a lot of albums with a tenor player, Rich Perry, that are excellent also.
Okay, and then Al Harwood drums. This was recorded in '86. I don't know where it was recorded. It was mixed in Italy. It's Soul Note. So they may have recorded in the United States and then sent it over
Yeah.
back to Soul Note. And you know, Soul Note obviously is a sister label to Black Saint. I forget what the delineation is, but there definitely is like a stylistic delineation between the two. Like Black Saint is way more you know, the freestyle basically. Not to say Soul Note isn't, but I feel like it's just different. Anyway,
you're right. I mean, I know even years ago I read something that one of the Soul Note owners or whatever explicitly said that there was a delineation between the two labels.
But what was that?
I can't, off the top of my head, I can't remember. Just ones and sort of, I guess I hate to say it, be simple about it. Is one is more edgier than the other. There are certain artists that are going to be on Soul Note. Soul Note, you also probably have what you would call for them like legacy artists, like Max Roach was on Soul Note. That you said that Lee Konitz is Soul Note.
But check this out. Check this out. Hold up. So these are all my Soul Note and Black Saint. Okay, you can see the Black Saint are the ones with the rainbow, and Soul Note are just like a shade of orange. So those Soul Notes are like Frank Lowe. I don't know why this is a Soul Note. There's Don Cherry, Groucho Moncorda III, Jerry Allen, Charlotte Moffat, Charles Moffat. I mean, that's pretty killer. This one is that Herbie Nichols one. Right. It's on Soul Note. You got the Charlie Hayden.
I really want that.
Dudes with Jerry Allen and
I wonder how much that goes for now.
Probably a lot.
This is solo piano. Okay, so this is still Soul Note. So this is solo piano, and this is weird.
Who is that?
I don't know. I got it for like $8, so I just grabbed it.
You don't know who it does. It not say who on the cover who it is?
Bora Bergman.
Okay.
And this is solo piano, New Frontier. I think this is. I don't know. It's okay. I haven't really listened too much of it. People are probably like shouting at me right now.
I don't know.
All right. And then we get into okay, so these are Black Saint titles. So we have this Lester Bowie, which this is AACM, right? Am I getting that acronym right? Yeah. So Lester Bowie's part of that whole Chicago school, early Chicago. I mean, he's like a founder, isn't he? Like, wasn't he there in the beginning?
I guess you would say that. Yeah, I mean, the early. I guess they would be the first generation AACM. Yeah, he would be part of that. Yeah.
And he's also what's the what's the name of the group?
Art ensemble.
Art Ensemble, and I think he's really close to the Art Ensemble, right? Is he part of the original Art Ensemble?
Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
I'm struggling through this. Thank you.
No, I'm sorry. I'm just saying.
No, it's fine. But Lester Bowie's pretty killer. So this is Black Saint. But I think the point is that I think once you start seeing AACM artists, I think that's more Black Saint.
Yeah, it's fair.
I think it's more that like that type of avant-garde style. Where like not that these guys aren't, but like Lester Bowie is fucking AACM, fucking Chicago school.
If I see a Black Saint or a Soul Note, I just buy it. I don't even know, even if I don't know who they are.
Oliver Late.
That's cool.
Right? I mean, I think it's still the same school. It's the same guys. Then you got like Old and New Dreams.
That's a great record. I got
So
that.
now Dewey Redman and Charlie Hayden were on Soul Note. So this is, Don Cherry. And Don Cherry was also on that Frank Lowe. So the only difference is that you have Ed Blackwell for the first time. But they put this out on Black Saint.
Yeah, Nicole's saying Black Saint was more adventurous than Soul Note.
This is great. Such a fun record. What do they do on this? They do an Ornette song to start. And it's just great to hear that. I mean, everything else is cool too. But yeah. Anyway.
That got reissued. Is that which one was that? The Old and New Dreams?
Yeah, that was the Black Saint one though. The one that got reissued was the ECM one.
No.
Yeah, they actually did one that I didn't think was that good. I forgot, like Ear Gong or something like that.
Yeah. Oh, I thought it sounded good.
Yeah. I mean, I also have the original. I don't know. I don't know. It sort of takes the edge off of it for me.
Don Pullen. Right?
Sorry, David Murray.
David Murray.
Yeah.
Oh, Don Pullen. David Murray octet. This is Ming. Who's on this with him? Henry Threadgill, Anthony Davis on piano, Alu Dara, George Lewis, Wilbur Morris, Butch Morris, and Steve McCall. But this is cool, and this is pretty out there on Black Saint.
And that is his ex-wife on the cover, Ming.
And this next one, I feel like
Was she his ex-wife then, or were they still married?
No, they were still married, and she's a well-known photographer.
Oh,
also.
cool.
This next one, this is in no order, but like Hamiet Blewett, he's Barry, primarily baritone sax, and he's good. I like his stuff on Indian Navigation. He has a few records on that are pretty good. I don't think I have any of them though. And then he has like 2 or 3 records on Black Saint, and then he's part of the World Saxophone Quartet. And he's good. I mean, I have a new appreciation for him because I was listening to an interview with that baritone sax player that put out something from JMI. What's his name, Mike? Sorry to ask you.
James Carter.
So I was listening to James Carter, and James Carter played with Hamiet Blewett, and he was just telling stories about how much of he was telling stories about him, and it made me kind of dive back into his catalog. And I feel like, I don't know, I think he's pretty great. So. Anyway, so he's on Black Saint as well. What do you think about Hamiet Blewett?
Oh, I enjoy his work. I don't think I have anything as him as a leader. It's usually in conjunction, especially the World Saxophone Quartet stuff, and then just him.
Is that stuff worth picking up? Is the World Saxophone Quartet stuff worth picking up? Because I saw a bunch of those.
For sure. 100%.
Yeah, I definitely think so.
It's just basically, it's great because it's just 4 sax players. They harmonize and then they solo. So it's basically listen to like solo saxophone, but a variety of great avant-garde players. So it's pretty great. But like you can see why it doesn't sell. Like anyway, speaking of them, I got this live one. This is good. I need to get more. There's one with a circle on the cover that they do. Yeah. They do. Hamiet Blewett was saying, or somebody was saying, like it's like their theme song. I forget the name. But anyway, that was the first time I think it was put out in the studio, so I wanted to get that. So whenever I see that,
Was it the Star Trek theme?
then you also have this. He is basically the first like president of like the AAC.
Right.
Something.
Oh, I have that. That's a cool record, man.
Yeah.
It's okay. It's all right.
Whatever. I like it. Screw you.
It's good. I mean, I bought it and I sampled it before I bought it. I mean, I like it. Don't get me wrong. I want to get more of his stuff. He has his like stuff is. He also is on Indian Navigation. Indian Navigation is another great label to get familiar with these guys. And like Indian Navigation was almost like a testing ground because some of their stuff is like they're just recordings from like some show, you know, and you can kind of hear what they're doing. So anyway, this one's cool. And then the final one.
Do you have the Clarinet Summit on Indian Navigation?
No, I didn't get those. Is it Clarinet? Clarinet.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Hemiot Blewett's in that. I think Hemiot Blewett's part of that.
Yeah, he is. I bought that record because Nicole recommended it. It scared the shit out of me. I had to sell it.
I should probably revisit those. Those are affordable records. And then finally, I got the first title. This is the Billy Harper title, Black Saint.
Nice.
On the OG first label.
Very nice.
So as you can see, I was showing the other label tonight, but that's the first one. And
that's badass.
I mean, you know, it's a shame that this hasn't. Well, I don't know. It's been reissued, I guess. So anyway, but it's a great fucking record. Anyway.
Yeah, it was reissued last year, I believe, wasn't it?
A few years, no, maybe a few years ago. I know.
Yeah, it's not that recent. No.
I'm trying to think where. I don't know if it was the Stranded, the label that was it? No, it wasn't. It wasn't Superior Viaduct. But
Black Saint.
Yeah,
I have
a reissue. I forgot. What's that one? Oh,
so
is that that Mal Waldron I got, the Steve Lacy Quintet? It's on the label America. Is that kind of a free jazz label, Mike? Do you know?
No, I'm not familiar with that that label.
Okay.
I only have one title. I have the Rufus. Sorry, who's the trombone player?
Roswell Red.
Roswell Red. Thank you.
School Days.
No,
it's one with the green cover. It's really cool looking. That's why I think it might be a free jazz label.
I think.
The label. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, I think it is. I mean, they definitely put more stuff like that out on it. I don't know what their extent is.
Yeah, CJ, you gotta get on board, man.
No, I don't.
My label.
I don't.
I just do it because it's easier to find shit when I look up the number in Discogs.
Are you talking about the Billy Harpers too?
No, but did you find that reissue that you had?
Yeah, it's a German label called Our Swimmer.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
How does the reissue sound?
I think it sounds good.
It's great.
Yeah.
It's good enough for my boombox.
Nice.
Hey guys, I'll be right back.
Yeah, it's Our Swimmer. It's out of Germany. They have some really good stuff in there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Some Albert Ayler, some European stuff.
Yeah.
Billy Harper.
I ordered something on Bandcamp today. There's the cello player Christopher Hoffman. He plays with James Brandon Lewis and the Red Lily Quintet, and he plays with Henry Threadgill and one of his groups. And he put out I think it's his second album.
Mm-hmm.
It's called The Vision is the Identity. And actually, Henry Threadgill plays on one of the songs on there also.
Nice.
So,
that's pretty good.
Yeah, I was listening to it on my way to work because the record hasn't arrived yet.
Gotcha.
But that's good.
I pre-order. I think it's supposed to come. Let me see the date here. The new Braja record on our Gems.
Mm.
That guy is amazing. I really like his work. It's Egg Coherence, a new Braja. Yeah, should be this weekend. It's getting released this weekend. I'm gonna put here on the comments. It is killer. Let me see what else they have. Some really good stuff in there, but this is on pre-sale. And I was waiting for something from Braja. That guy is good, really good.
A couple of years ago, they had the James Brandon Lewis. I don't know if they still have that.
On the label, Mike?
Yeah, it was recorded at the Cell, which is a club.
Oh yeah, the Resilient Vessels live at the Cell.
Yeah.
They have it here still, 24 euros.
Yeah, and that's with James Brandon Lewis.
Yeah, pretty nice cover. Let me share the link here as well.
Nicole, do you have a lot of America titles?
Yeah.
So Felipe, what are you excited about?
I was just telling Mike, I'm waiting for the new Shabaka come next month. I put it on Amazon. Should be here soon. I want to get this new Braja that was released today. Let me see what else. And the stuff that's coming that we got from Finland should be coming soon.
Mm-hmm.
And some of those releases, what is the name of the label? I forgot the name of the label. Hang on just a second. What's it? That we ordered from. What's the name? From No Business. Yeah, some stuff from No Business. 2 more records. Really, really killer. Live one. Where is that? I pull out the names here. I'll share them with you guys. Let me see.
Oh, no, Mike something. Oh man,
I just have a lot here. I'm just trying to pull to share.
Awesome, Roger.
Yeah.
He's at that festival this weekend.
Oh yeah, the big ears.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw a brief clip. I think maybe Jason Moran had posted it.
Oh man, that thing is huge.
I'm gonna check that out next year, man.
I know. I'm really seriously considering getting down there.
Yeah.
Because is it just generally a jazz festival then?
That's a good question. I only know about
There's a lot of everything. There's a lot of hip hop going on, some soul, funk. There's a little bit of everything. Yeah, I mean,
Serious jazz artists too, though. That's cool.
Oh yeah, I mean, Billy Woods is singing there. He's playing. Diggable Planets are going to be playing there. It's
awesome.
big. It's super cool.
So, Mike, how's the stereo going?
Oh, it's so funny. That thing sounds incredible. I mean, it sounds amazing. I am so thrilled with it. And I may have mentioned this earlier, but I cleaned up my storage area where it's also our laundry room. I mean, it's like a huge kind of, storage area where we have a bunch of, it's, multi-purpose. But I basically removed all of our storage. I rented a storage unit plus our attic. I kind of moved everything out of it. And I set up my old turntable down there. And I've actually been listening to more records on that. because I also set up a desk down there. I was actually thinking of maybe like live streaming from there tonight, but it doesn't look nice. It's a storage unit, but it's fun because I can kind of catalog stuff and clean stuff and listen to stuff down there. And I just set it up, so I'm really excited about it. It's actually kind of fun. I brought all my Frank stuff from storage. I have it all laid out there in chronological order. It's like, it's a ton of records. So I feel like I have that. It's like total, I don't know, it's just fun. I have my telescope there. It's just like a total nerd out.
How can you use your telescope
in
the basement?
It's not a basement. I just mean I have it there so I can prepare to you know, go Starsy. With it.
Oh, I see.
I was thinking the same thing. I was like, what?
Whatever. Anyway, I'm so excited about it. But the funny thing is, I've been listening to like my old turntable because I've been down there so much, and it sounds okay. But like, you know, the new one sounds, it's like next level. I'm so happy with it.
Sorry, I disconnected.
Thank you, Mark.
Oh man.
Mark, you want to come back up?
Oh gosh. That was fun. Oh good.
Is there a
Cool. I
window
have
in
all
the-
my Stargate stuff down there, so I just feel like it's like a fun spot for me.
Is there a window in that room?
Oh my god.
Well, no, I'm serious.
It's just where I store it, and then I can take it outside once.
Yeah,
No,
I mean,
I'm past that. I'm just asking you, is there
No.
a window in the room?
his shelves are packed with stars. Okay.
Oh man.
I'm never sharing anything again. But anyway, Mike, the system sounds incredible.
That's good.
I had family come over, and I played like a modern pop album that I have. It was an MGMT album.
Oh, cool.
And I was like, listen to this. This is how this sounds. Like, it's not their latest it's it's one of their earlier pressings. It sounds, the music sounds fine, but it's nothing like great. And then I put on You and Me, the Count Basie on Pablo, and I cranked it to like, it's stunning. The sound is just everything. That one record is worth listening to that system on. It sounds fucking awesome. Love that record.
You should get that Kansas City 7 record he did on Impulse too. It's good.
I just want to show one thing. On Blue Note, they're gonna do the vinyl of Jason Moran.
Yes.
But I don't want to say I was surprised, but I was sort of, I guess, hoping that they would do this one. This is Black Stars, and this is it's with Sam Rivers is on here. And this is an excellent album recording, but it's his collaboration with Sam Rivers, and I was thinking maybe they'd probably do that, because then you have like two different generation of Blue Note guys that recorded for the label, and they're collaborating. So hopefully in the future that they'll do a vinyl. For this one.
That'll be cool. Mike, who was producing records at those times at Blue Note?
Greg
This
Osby.
one is this one's Greg Osby, but the one that's coming out in the series is produced by Jason Moran.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Mark says they also have to do Bandwagon.
Yeah, that's
Isn't that like his biggest kind of? Wasn't that like a real like, in terms of like doesn't he like reference that piece a lot in his later? Or am I thinking of something else? What does he do at the
gangsterism stuff?
Gangsters. Okay, thank you.
Yeah, that's on. There's one on the upcoming Blue Note, and there's on this one with Sam Rivers and Black Stars. There's Gangsterism on a River. So yeah, he was still referencing it and on his recordings.
That's cool. I like that.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm excited about that Jason Moran. We'll talk more about that tomorrow, yo. If I get my internet to work by then, jeez.
Damn, Chris.
Well, I got a new router. They've been bitching at me over email to install the new router. They sent me an email yesterday saying we're going to slow your speed down now since you haven't installed your new router yet. So that's what's happening.
Man, what's up with the service providers in Texas?
I know, dude. They're just like change your fucking router out.
It's like, wait a minute, I'm paying you.
I know. Fucking Charter or Spectrum or whatever.
Oh yeah, the Spectrum's horrible.
Yeah, they are. It's too damn expensive too. It's like $80 or $90 a month. I think it's fucking dumb.
Hey, that's not that freaking bad.
I don't know. I'm just saying for internet, we shouldn't be having to pay that much. It should be a freaking standard utility. Well,
Yeah.
So, Chris, we should definitely not do Dexter Gordon tonight.
oh no, it's fine.
You started strong.
Well, then my internet crapped out. I mean, I'm still fine. I'm gonna like listen to a couple of records.
Yeah. Well, look, should we wrap it up?
I'm fine with that. Yeah.
That's fine. Yeah.
Anybody want to? We have an audience still, so if anybody wants to jump in with anything, this is an opportunity.
Yeah.
I pretty
We're
much
done,
showed
so
up.
we can leave. Yeah.
I overshared, and now
You didn't overshare.
I'm gonna go cry.
Yeah, using that VPN in Texas. That's right, man.
Right now, later.
Got to use that VPN now in Texas, bro. It's hilarious.
All right. Well, Mike, do you have anything else that you haven't shown? Anything to take us home with?
No, not really. I think I've shown everything. Yeah.
We ain't leaving, folks. I'm dragging this out.
I did. Wait. When did I picked up? I thought I picked up. Well, I thought I had a CD that,
Oh,
but
sorry,
I can't
last one.
find it.
That's okay.
All right. Looking forward to new Bird's Eye View release. Joe Gordon's great. Well, Joe Gordon, they just put out the new Shelly Man at the Blackhawk. You can hear him on that. If you don't have that, that's a must get. That's like basically
somebody would do a box of those.
Those are Joe Gordon records.
So that's out already. I'm gonna buy that. Yeah. Is that $30 also, or is it more? Does anybody know?
30. It's 30, I think.
Sweet.
Cool.
Ah, there it is. Great.
There's a bunch of good shit on the latest contemporary list. I feel like.
Yeah.
Did we never do a video about that? I guess we didn't.
No.
It's unfortunate.
All right, guys, we could wrap it up. I mean, I feel like we're losing steam here.
Yeah.
We already said we wanted to wrap it up, man.
All right. Okay. All right. We're shutting it down. Thanks for everybody for watching. Remember to like and subscribe.
Yeah. We'll see you guys later.
That's all I can say.
See ya.
See you.